episode 30 of the Morning Roast.
Episode 30.
Episode 30. We made it.
We 30 years old today.
30 years old.
Don't remind me.
I'm just playing.
No.
It's 30
Fucking
years
love it.
old
Love
today.
And we got Mr. Sauce with us today.
Trying to give away my real name. How dare you? What the fuck is wrong with you, boy?
And then I got Miss Tiana. I mean,
What?
Val Maurice. I'm out of it.
It
was a fluke.
See, I do this every time.
I knew it was a
I
fluke.
can't do it on the air, but I can address you as person to person. It's okay. I did it to him too. I don't even know who I am today. I could be Joshua for all we know, and I don't even know who a Joshua is.
You look nothing like a Joshua.
Why am I here this morning? So are you gonna introduce me properly, or are we just gonna
yes.
I'll do the introduction.
This is Miss Val Marie.
Thank you.
Boy, next time I'll do the
Eiffel
introduction
Entertainment.
to my
And then Mr. Sauce, always bringing the sauce. And then we got the Muzz. Hey, what's up, everybody? Ace is running a little bit late, but we'll tune you in on what we did for the week. Sauce, what did you do this week?
Oh my lordy, where do I even begin? Well, actually, just last night I went out to this bar in downtown called the High Score. Have you ever heard of such a place?
No, I have not.
No? It's just a small looking bar that has an anime theme to it. It's got nice little cocktails and whatnot. And me and two of my coworkers just went over there just to see what it's about. And I expected the place to be a little bit bigger than what it is in reality. Like I said, it's a small place, just a bar countertop. And they offer certain cocktails named with Japanese names to it. So I basically had like 2 shots and
Of Tu Wong Fu?
What?
Because he said they give Japanese names on like Tu Wong Fu.
No.
She's over here trying to learn Japanese.
No, one of my friends has had one cocktail called the waifu, which was surprisingly a very sweet kind of drink. Not gonna lie. And for food, they even offer ramen. They offer those instant cups of ramen.
Oh my! Well, I know that they have restaurants here in Arizona that you can actually go get gourmet ramen. I guess is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yes.
They actually have a Naruto themed ramen place in Florida. I found that out earlier, this week, because I was seeing something about it, posts and stuff, and I was like, ooh, where is that? That would be dope as fuck, you know? No, it's in Florida.
Nothing good. There's not a lot of good, cool places here in Arizona. Come on. I mean,
they have their moments.
Shit here.
They have their moments, but they don't last long.
Unfortunately, it's a tough crowd here in Arizona. So yeah, so we were there for just like an hour and a half because we expected it to be not what it is. And so after that we left, and I was just like, fuck, it's the night is still young. What the fuck can I do? So I contacted Shalina to see what she was doing, and I was just like, I'm bored out of my mind.
Shalina.
Hell yeah.
I love me some Shalina.
I called her up, and I was like, I'm bored out of my mind. What's going on? And she was like, I'm headed towards the lighthouse. And I'm like, sold. So I hightailed it over to the lighthouse, and now you, Muzz.
Me.
You've been to the lighthouse.
Yes, I've been to the lighthouse.
when you walk in, you just have to walk in. From the entrance, you make a left turn, you go into, that's where the bar is, right?
Yeah.
So when I arrived there, the other side of the place opened up.
Huh.
And it was a much, much bigger room.
Oh, nice.
I decided to make...
It always looks so cramped in there.
I think that's a little smaller, more manageable bar, because on the other side, there was a dance floor and a DJ.
Oh, that's what's up.
And it was a much better
So
night.
was this DJ playing local music, or was he playing mainstream?
I think it was doing the mainstream. Mainstream music mainly.
It typically is. In any club scene. It's
I think that's what we
mainly
need to do, though. I think that's what a lot of local artists need to do. They need to get more into like DJs' ears and start giving them their USBs.
And not even that, making club hits. That's why, like, even a song that's not finished and released right now that I'm working on, I decided to say fuck it and do an EDM track beat.
Oh my gosh! So yesterday, talking about, I don't know about EDM, but yesterday, Vonnie Starks and Jay Mello did a music video, and that is gonna be like totally club.
I was
vibe.
seeing something about that. Yeah.
Yeah, that is totally gonna be club vibe. It was such an amazing video shoot. So shot by Dub. You know, Joseph Bills was there.
Oh yeah, Dub always does good.
Julia Marie showed up for the video, and you know, Jay Mello and his wife, and it was an awesome vibe. Like, it was totally like, it's gonna be a really good show. I mean, really good video. I'm so excited for that when it come out.
Fuck yeah, fuck yeah.
I think we went through like 2.5 bottles of Hennessy to that video shoot,
Jesus.
waiting for Jay Mello to show up. That shit was hilarious.
Is he here yet?
Yeah, it's basically how we were yesterday.
What the fuck? Give me that shot.
He was very fashionably late. Him and his little family, you know, they came in matching, real dope. It was awesome. It was really
One
dope.
Hennessy for every 10 minutes.
Yes, we had a really good time. You know, a lot of other, you know, stuff was discussed, and I can just really see AZ coming together and like really.
I mean, even Ahmad's putting something together. Earlier this week, he was posting about doing an AZMT album and stuff like that with different artists. Basically, what he wants to do is get a bunch of artists together, suit them up with each other, and have them spit something together.
Well, that's basically what Certified Savage is doing. That.
Yeah.
You know, Ashley and her co-host has already announced that they were doing something of that sort here through RTU, where they were actually doing.
And Shields is actually doing a youth album and shit like that of like kids that are like 19 to 20 years old. That's something good coming up too.
Who was doing that?
Shields 411.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sativa.
Sativa.
Yeah. That's pretty dope. So that's basically what I did this weekend. I was at the video shoot with Denzel and Vonnie Starks and KT Gibson, getting that done, and then we headed to the studio later that night. You know, they got some more collabs in with Jay Mello and stuff. So a lot of good music coming your way from them. So it's pretty awesome.
Hell yeah.
I stayed real busy this week, working. You know, a lot of good opportunities coming my way, and I'm really blessed. You know, so we'll see what happens. We'll see what the future. All I can say right now is we'll see what the future holds, right?
I told you, like, 2021's the come up. You just gotta ride the train.
Yeah, basically,
like, no matter what the train is right now.
For 2021, I am really taking it day for day. You know what I mean? It's just
right.
Whatever the universe. I mean, it's just been blessings after blessings coming. So I'm so excited for to continue on this year. You know, on all aspects of my businesses. I got something in the works. Major announcements coming soon. So. Pretty excited. I really am.
What about you, boy?
Man,
I think you and I did something on Thursday.
Yeah, we had some fun Thursday. I had to hit up Ace because I was like, yo, I literally had to pull that Southside Slide shit. So I was like, that's how I brought it to him. I was like, oh man. I pulled something the other night because I went out. I wanted to get out. Me, Sauce, his girlfriend finally came. I finally met his girlfriend, so she is real. She does exist.
He's posted plenty of pictures of
yes,
her.
but that means nothing. Like at first. She was.
She ain't my cousin, really. She ain't my girl. No, I'm just kidding.
She your cousin?
No.
Yeah, no.
Oh my god, y'all want to hear a funny story? So me and KT Gibson were talking yesterday, and we were talking about, I guess, his like family's last name, well, his dad has the same last name as my dad, so we started making jokes yesterday that we were cousins. It was so hilarious.
Are you my daddy?
It was so funny. We were like, wait, what? He was all like, yeah. He's like, we're cousins. It was so hilarious.
What's up, cousin?
Oh, jeez.
That's awkward.
Eh.
But yeah, like fucking his girlfriend got hit on by this skinny Latina girl. And she came back from the bathroom and was like, "Oh, I got hit on." We're like, "Did you pick up her number?" And we're just joking with her and everything because we finally, like, I had the joke with her like a good amount through the night for her to actually like start talking and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's.
And I would just like I would come on strong with the jokes too, and she couldn't hold her composure.
She's never been to bars like we have.
Yeah, I can tell.
She doesn't drink that much, as you could tell by the shot.
Oh,
so
yeah.
It was my fault.
I got shots of Crown.
I should have warned you. It was my fault. I will admit.
Oh,
but what
it was
he
worth
did
it.
was he got like some shots of Crown, and I downed it, and she took a swig.
Yeah, we all took
She
shots. We cheers, did shots.
She made the face like she can't tell whether to spit it out.
I thought she
or
was gonna swallow
swallow.
it too, and then all of a sudden she gets up.
She had to spit it out.
I was like, oh my god.
Again, I will admit that was my fault. I should have warned you.
And then I was like, I mean, do you want some cranberry and vodka?
No, something citrusy, man.
I was like, chase this down with this. The whole time I was waiting for a drink, she had like the sourest face in the world.
Yeah, shit. But it just, I mean.
But in the end, like, yo, this guy, fucking. It's hard to describe like quickly, but I'm gonna describe it as quickly as I can. After she pointed the chick out, I noticed the guy. They were a couple, and he was being like rude. You could tell by the vibe that he was giving off, and like how he was in her face and shit like that, and just being really rude and disrespectful. So it caught my eye.
Written all over him.
And then all of a sudden, like I even saw him snatch her drink and put it to the side and shit like that, and still get into it and shit. Hooty hoo. And then I thought they were leaving. So they left and they went into the hallway, and in the door to the hallway, there's like a glass window right there, so you can see everything. So he was standing there. So apparently, she was on the wall, and he was standing there basically talking at her and shit like that. I turned my head for a little bit, and then I see him go like this and then leave. And apparently one of the older ladies that was there grabbed her off the ground because he slapped her and shit like that, and just left. And I looked over at Sauce. I was like, yo, what the fuck? Like, his girl went to go talk to her, make sure she was okay. I was like, bro, if he comes back, there's gonna be problems.
It got pretty.
And it's not even for just me. And like everybody was on point with it. So, like, I didn't think he was gonna come back. He actually came back. He came back.
Trying to talk to her.
No, he was looking around at first, and I was like, leaned over to Sauce. I was like, if he goes over to her, bro, I'm gonna have to intervene and step in, and it's gonna be over. And so he eventually went over there, and the older lady that picked her up off the ground, like, got in the middle and was like, no, you need to leave. And he got like in her face, and I was like, all right. One step over, I leaned in and like got in the middle. I was like, yo, you need to leave right now. And he's like, he got closer to me. He's like, who the fuck
So
do you
you
think
were
you
trying to
are? I
kick
was like,
somebody
first
out
off, I kicked somebody out of a bar.
That wasn't even your bar.
Now, mind
Yeah.
you, no, like there
Okay.
was no security. So, but he just went up. He had to.
I was like, you need to leave. He got closer. He's like, who do you think you are? I was like, first off, 3 steps back. Don't get in my fucking face. Second off, what you just did today and all of this shit caused so much drama and shit. She don't want you anymore, bro. These people
So
don't
how do
want you
know, How do
here.
you know she didn't want
Hold
you?
on.
Like, you don't even know these people. Like, wait, I'm so lost.
Like, and he was like, oh, well, she does this shit all the time and shit like that. She always makes a fool out of me and la da da da. I was like, bro.
That does not license you to raise
Listen,
your hand.
no, I didn't even say that. I was like, listen, I don't give a fuck. I really don't care what your and his and her problems are. Your and hers problems are. That's not my problem. I don't care about that. My problem is that you slapped up a woman out there and then you came back with the audacity to try to drag her the fuck out. So
you were sticking up for somebody that was
basically well, that was basically
that's dangerous.
Yeah, and like I felt like if I didn't step in and that did happen and she did leave, it was gonna escalate.
I had a cousin that got killed like that.
And like after I explained all this shit to him, and after I told him I don't give a fuck, I was like, listen, bro. I'm the first person that, if you don't leave, I'm the first person that you're going to have to deal with. Other than that, there's that guy, and that guy right there that want to beat your ass. So, you either leave or there's going to be problems. And he was like, okay, bro, I respect you for that. Shook my hand,
I can't
left.
stand men that put their hands on women.
It was dumb.
Like, men that put their hands on women are losers.
Yeah,
like,
it's
trash.
because they have no control in their lives.
They don't.
Baby
they really
dick
don't
energy.
have no control in their lives. They're going nowhere in life. That's why they feel that they have to overpower women and talk down on them and body shame them. And when they don't get their way, they want to put their hands on them. And men like that are disgusting. And they put on fronts for the community and for everybody. And like, it's just
it was crazy.
fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It was crazy for like, and like I stay like I'm basically an empath in a sense. I just don't like really showing that, but like I can feel what people are feeling around me, and like I caught on to it really quick, and it just bothered me through the night. And I was like, that's why I told him if he comes back, there's gonna be problems. Yeah. And I knew once he came back, I was like, it's gotta end. It's done. That's it. So. Sauce and his girlfriend drove her home.
What did your girlfriend have to say about everything that was going on? I'm pretty
she
sure
was
I'm
very
sure
good about
it.
it.
Was intense for her.
Well,
she was
She
good.
was like, this is why I don't come out.
She was tense, but she
handled it really well.
Because my girlfriend, she has been in abusive relationships herself.
Mm-hmm.
So the girl went to the restroom to try to clean herself up because she was crying, and so I told my girl, I was like, you need to go in there and check on her to see if she's okay.
Yeah.
And so towards the end, I mean, the vibe was the party was still going on at the place, so we're just and now until closing, so everyone was packing up and leaving. I'm just like, okay, let's take her home. I've convinced the table that there was a table surrounded by women who this girl don't know. They're not related. They were witnessed like we were.
Yeah.
And they decided to just.
And one of them was that older lady, and she wanted to take her home. I would have let the older lady take her home though. Yeah. Like she was very on point about it.
But the girl, her name is Berla. We have her Instagram. She was like, I don't know who's gonna take me out. I can just take an Uber or whatever.
We're like, you're not taking an Uber.
It's not happening. We'll take you home. Took some convincing, but we took her home eventually.
Yeah, I would have been more safe. From her perspective, she probably felt she was more safer with an Uber than two random guys trying to take her home.
Well, it wasn't two random guys. It was two random guys and a random girl.
Okay, because the
girl made it a little bit more acceptable.
I saw the table. I saw the table of ladies, and it was like, "Who's gonna take her home?" And I was like, "I will volunteer." And I made the pinky promise.
You made her a pinky promise.
I made a pinky promise that I was gonna take her home safe.
And that is so like satisfying. Like that is so comforting. Like
hey. Saturday, I saw her when I went to the lighthouse. I saw that lady. I was like, I kept my pinky promise. Damn it.
So you saw her again?
I saw her again on Saturday. She was at the lighthouse. They were all dancing. I just I had to get up.
Was she with the guy again?
No.
Okay, good.
No.
I'm just hoping she wasn't, because unfortunately, when women are in domestic violence relationships,
they oversee it. Yeah.
We intend to oversee it. Sometimes we don't see the red flags, and we will go back to it like thinking, oh, it's never gonna happen again, or they...
Because mentally, they have you wrapped around their finger.
Well, it's not only that they have you wrapped around your finger. Men like that make you want to believe that it's you, that you're the problem, that you're the issue, that you're the person that's causing it, that you're the reason shit is the way it is, when it's really not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sometimes, yes, us as women, we can do things in our faults, and it can, we do things. I'm not saying that women are perfect, but we don't deserve to be treated like that. Like,
well, nobody
there's
does.
ways to act, and vice versa. There's certain things that women shouldn't do to men, and there's things that men shouldn't do to women. You know what I'm saying? So, but men like people that are narcissists and are abusive like that, they'll do stuff like that where they make you feel like it's your fault or you're to blame, and women will intend to go back to that. That's why I was asking, was she with him again?
No. No.
What would you have done? What would you have done if you would have seen her at the lighthouse with him again? Like, how would you have felt? Like, how would you have reacted to that?
Not my problem at that point. Not my problem.
It wasn't your problem to begin with, though, when you stepped in.
At that point, it was more of like my like, I don't know, my instincts kicking in a sense. Like, yo, this is wrong. I'm gonna step in, and may that not be my place, and I know it's not my place. Mm-hmm. But once it got to the violent state that it was in, it was like,
so you physically saw him. So you physically saw him put his hands
basically,
on her. That's what it was. So
yeah, and that was the basis and the derogative. That, like, after it got to that point, at least for tonight, it's over. I don't want to see it again because I'm about to hit him, and that's just what it is. Like, if you're gonna put your hands on a woman, that means because you're emasculating yourself, you have no control in your life, and you got that baby dick energy.
And you, what would you have done if you would have seen her with him?
Sucked him.
I would have spoken to her about it.
You would have.
I have her Instagram still. I would have sent her a message. And I was like, "Hey, I'm in the same place as you. Let's meet up. Let's talk for a bit. Invite her to my table, and then I'll ask her, what the fuck are you doing with this guy?"
Yeah.
Because I'm the opposite of him. I avoid all conflict at all times.
Listen, I don't try to get in conflict.
No, you don't, but you kind of do. You don't, but you do.
I do like to test people's limits, though.
You don't,
You're absolutely
but you do.
right.
So what's the difference if you don't like to be in conflict, but you like to test people's limits?
That's the villain.
He sees a window.
I try to be a hero, but in the end, it's like
to step up. He's going to step. Me, I avoid the conflict at all times.
That's the villain, truly. Like, I tried to be a hero, and then I'm like, I really want you to.
You're the anti-hero
really
in
want
this
you
bitch.
to. I'm the underdog.
I'm just the guy who gives hugs instead of fists.
So you're just gonna hug him to death? Like, come here, guys.
Come here.
Come here.
Give me a hug.
Come here. Come here. Just choke him out.
Shh. Go to sleep.
Daddy's got you.
Daddy's got you now.
Daddy's got you.
Daddy's got you.
Y'all are funny. Ace needs to hurry up.
So we're gonna go into our first song,
which is what?
Which is Valencia by Jacob. Let's go.
Hey.
I'm dirty dancing in Balenciaga. No Gucci Prada, don't bother when counting up them commas. You know we litty when we come through the city. I'm spending 10s, 20s, 100s, and 50s, and every bitch what is pretty. Big trip, I'm dirty dancing in Balenciaga. No Gucci Prada, don't bother when counting up them commas. You know we litty when we come through the city. I'm spending 10s, 20s, 100s, and 50s, and every bitch what is pretty. I hit the trap, I say what up, and then I re-up on work. She like my sound, she like my name, she want that shit on her shirt. I only hit it if the ass fat. If I told a bitch that I love her, well then it's all cap. Baby girl, just fall back, let your mans breathe. Got me dirty dancing in my goddamn Balenci's. I need my wrist freeze. A mask on like I'm Kakashi. A pedal to the metal when I skirt off. Who gon' stop me? So tell me what's next. Found $1 in my bankroll, got me upset. These people switching teams on me. I would've thought that they were Durant. They claiming that they got next. I don't think so. I'm Jody. I'm dirty dancing in Balenciaga. No Gucci Prada, don't bother when counting up them commas. You know we litty when we come through the city. I'm spending 10s, 20s, 100s, and 50s in every bitch with a pretty.
Bailo a sucio, but what them shoes be though? You know I'm the way, they yell at my name, you think I was Rufio. You see these Yeezys matching my meaty, my drip belonging to Fiji. The people believe me, I'm on a 3P, rappers they wish they could be me. I've been on the grind, know it's my time, I better check it clock. These rhymes are sublime, they're tracing my lines like it's connected dots. Every chick with me pretty, the mom max out over Liddy. You either down with the Grizzly or you fall back off a building. Back down with the max out, already spazzed out with a couple of shooters. Jacob got his weight up and straight up, he always been one of the truest. Everyone with the movement, they know me all over the state. Princess Amunda, I got my own moolah, no wonder the shoe my bills all on her face.
Big trip, I'm dirty dancing in Balenciaga. No Gucci Prada, don't bother when counting up them commas. You know we litty when we come through the city. I'm spending 10s, 20s, 100s, and 50s in every bitch with a pretty. Big trip, I'm dirty dancing in Balenciaga. No Gucci Prada, don't bother when counting up them commas. You know we litty when we come through the city. I'm spending 10s, 20s, 100s, and 50s in every bitch with a pretty.
Hey yo, and that was Valencia. I don't know why I want to say Valencia every single time, but it comes out that way.
Balenciaga.
Valencia.
So let me update you, Ace, on what we're talking about. So we're talking about when the guys went out Thursday night for the morning roast outing that we didn't get to attend, and they saw a girl that was being...
I talked to you about this a little bit.
So yeah, when they saw the girl that was getting, hit by her boyfriend or whatever, and they kind of rescued her or whatever. So the question is that I have is, so he was saying that he ended up going to the lighthouse the following week and saw her there. My question is for you, had you done what they did the Sunday before where you rescued the girl from her abusive boyfriend, this and that, and then the following Sunday, the following week, you saw her back at another venue with this guy, how would you have reacted after knowing you just saved her from him the previous week?
Well, first off, I don't save bitches. I'm like, it's a safety precaution. Like, I'm like, there's only there's three scenarios.
He said, wait a minute.
In majority, there's only two scenarios. This is a true story. I have one of my really good friends, and one of the homies is at work, and the other homie's baby mama and him were here. We're out in the fucking. I was probably like 17 or some shit. All right, he's beating the shit out of her, and homegirl is like, get up, do something about it. And I'm like, no, like, why? What's the point? I don't believe in woman beating, but this is exactly what happened. I go in there, snatch him off. This is my friend, my best homie that I have to snatch it off of his girl beating her. The next week, she never left, came back. This bitch got her fucking braces knocked into her gums.
Ew.
Ouch.
This was the next week. This is why you don't say bitches, because there's only two reasons. Either you could get physically hurt and take an L.
I'm gonna be Tiana. Can we not use the word bitches?
I'm like, see, this is why I use the word bitch. I'm like, when I say bitch, nigga, and if you build somebody from the bottom and build them up to being a woman or a man, you won't ever consider them a bitch or something.
They've got to be on that level.
If you like, people have these false expectations of people, and you start them up here, and they're not even capable of it. So if you start them from the floor and build them up, it's way harder for them to fall to the bottom. So let me go ahead and address you as a bitch or a nigga, and then you can earn the respect enough to be a man or a woman. So, and I definitely am not gonna call a bitch that's fucking gonna be dumb enough to get her ass whooped over again, and then go back and want to say that you're qualified to be a woman. I can't. I'm sorry. It's the little boy called, the little girl cried wolf scenario. But what I'm saying, you could either beat the guy up or the guy could beat you up, whatever. The homie Fox just got fucking shot.
Yeah, that is
trying to go ahead and save somebody.
Yeah, I was telling them when I was 4, my cousin got killed for saving.
For saving some shit that has nothing to fucking do with you. And then the next week you go in there, which is also the part 2, she's not gonna leave. So what's the point of you putting yourself in danger for some bitch? Like
that was my question from us when he was first telling me about it. Like,
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, it was just it was a weird experience. It was something that like happened so sudden. But at the same time, it was also that villain. It wasn't me trying to be a hero, but it was also that villain mentality where I was like, I want him to start something.
You're not a real villain.
I'm a villain. Like no, that's what it came down to. I had so much shit pent up. Like I saw it, so like I said, I'm an empath. I can connect with people are like feeling just by looking at them, and it was just like a bunch of events that happened through the night. And it got to that point, and then he had the audacity to come back and try to start more problems while I'm trying to have a fucking good time. So my point is, I don't want to watch it no more.
And then those problems over there, I tell you, like, people always think about the shit that happens in the middle. The only thing that matters in life is the beginning and the end result.
Exactly.
So if that end result and all that fucking frustration led to you fucking getting laid up in a hospital, ask yourself this. Was it worth it?
No.
Nothing. That's why. So it's like, oh, I got frustration. I don't give. It doesn't fucking matter what's been going on because who is your? Listen to the words of Cat Williams. Focus on your star.
Your microphone in front of you.
Focus on your star player. And your star player is yourself.
Amen.
In every aspect. Period.
Absolutely.
We have to not lose track of that. I know a lot of people intend to do that, especially when they're in relationships or whether it be a friendship or a relationship with a significant other. Sometimes we intend to lose, ourselves, and forget that we are our number one player. We are our number one team player, and that is some really good advice. So now that we do have Ace in the house, there's been so much negative talk on Facebook this week, with the Buford and Marley battle tonight, to what happened at Club Paris, to everything.
Yeah,
and
that was crazy.
We want to keep it on a positive note today. I did see somebody saying, like, nobody's ever talking about the positive stuff that's going on in AZ. So let's talk about something positive that did happen last night. I know that you did attend Beck Mills' birthday party last night, and I heard that party was a very good success. Tell us about it. Let's talk about something good that happened in AZ last night.
Well, let me go ahead and start off with shout outs to Penny.
Yes,
I talked to her last night and about the whole venue itself. I didn't know that's her. That's 100% her.
Yes, that is her venue.
So the first time I was there, it was for the partake with Bills.
Oh yeah, that day.
And so I just thought it was just something small. She's like, no, I have all this shit together, and I was like, damn. Bravo. Not on top that, it's AZ. It's fucking ladies doing fucking business around here. So I'm like, shouts out, for the hard work that people are doing. And especially like this pandemic we're getting through, there's more opportunities for us to do shit. So, shouts out to me. Thank you for that. Like, the Unity Through Community, that also opened up. The vibes that I got yesterday, the whole, I'm talking about from morning till night, because we went to the video shoot with Vonnie.
We talked about that a little bit. We can go ahead and talk about that again in a minute.
I'm like, so
that
we
was
went
awesome.
in there, like everybody, like people, like I think we just finally woke up and was like, fuck the fuck shit. We're fed up with each other's bullshit. Let's just hug each other. Let's be nice to each other. I talked about like 10 people in the last week, and everyone's like, we gotta work. Yeah. I don't even have music like that, platform like that, and people were like, oh, let's work, and it's
the braids, It's the braids.
It's the braids.
It's the braids.
I had to go and put some moisturizer up under here, so I had to put a do-rag on there. But it's that. I'm like that video shoot was dope. Then we go up over here. Shout out to Scruff. Shout out to Bad Fly. Shout out to who else I see up over there? Classical is doing his holla breath. He's doing all that shit.
What is it? He thinking he's R. Kelly. He's the R. Kelly of AZ right now, man.
No, actually, I want to say publicly, Mello is AKA the new James Brown.
Oh man.
And J Classic is the new Bobby Brown. Minus the
Bobby Brown.
So if y'all could see me, both y'all, if y'all could see me, I am asking y'all to make a collab song together. Please, thank you, and you're welcome from the idea. Cause that fucker, that motherfucker, he was smooth. That nigga was smooth as hell
I will tell
yesterday.
you that I was at the studio last night, and Jay Mello was in the studio, and let me tell you, Classic may have some competition because Jay Mello can sing some R&B himself.
Oh, yeah,
so
that's what I'm saying. The sing, but he got the choreography. Like at first, somebody tried to say he was a Ron Isley. I said, "Fuck no, he's not." That nigga got. You see his footwork?
yeah, him and his little girl, right?
Yeah. He got your girl up over there. Got his girls. His girl's fucking lit too. Like,
Yeah.
It was just a great.
Lacey January,
vibe.
yeah, she's awesome. They are starting a YouTube channel, I believe, and it's called The Mellows. So
What they doing? Just like
the day in the life of the Mellows, man. So that's pretty awesome,
Dig,
you know.
dig.
Yeah. So I see a lot of growth in AZ, and it's like awesome on how everybody's coming together and putting the hate and the conflicts. It's like to the
It's what we
side, and
need.
it's coming together. Like we're supposed to come together as a state. Like I can see AZ like really, shining. You know, if we just come together.
Cause I'm like, the only thing that I say like what's better than us and compared to every other state, we don't have an actual sound. So
We don't.
we don't have no sound. So we can literally create something that nobody else has. So going to singers to rappers, like even everybody's collabing. Like half the motherfuckers that are collabing, they're not even nowhere close to being alike, but they come and they make this beautiful shit together. So the other 49 states, y'all niggas in trouble. Like
It's like
y'all boring now. Like Arizona, like I say in the song, we next. Facts.
Yeah.
But let me take so from a negative to a positive, because everybody wants to ask this one question. How the fuck did Joseph Bills take that type of pressure?
Ooh, yeah. Let's talk about
That
that.
was
I have the
interesting.
answer, and I got this answer 10 years ago from Joseph Bills. Joseph Bills developed this, I don't know if he developed it in his person or he developed it in some car wash shit. I was an auto glass guy and got cussed out for some shit that I did not do. But because a customer was right, I had to go take the shit into the stick. Customers made a blatant lie on me, but I'm working in North Scottsdale at one of the best car wash locations in Arizona, period. I'm over here all up in my feelings, like, oh, nigga, fuck all that, ooh, because just like everybody else, if like how people were tagging guys, like, I would have cussed them out. Bills came at me, he's like, bro, you need to just calm the fuck down, apologize, and then go right back to what you do. And I was like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. It took about 3 examples for it to happen. He got, same shit happened to him. He literally sat there stone-faced, told the manager these couple words. I'm sorry. It will never happen again. And guess what Bills did right after? Go right back to doing what the fuck he was doing initially, make a flat out like, whatever nigga, and make almost double the money that he would usually make. Now, recap of the 40 minutes of him getting interrogated.
Yeah,
He said they're stone face, all this shit. Yeah, whatever. As soon as about 2 hours later, this motherfucker sold 20 shirts. So his income of his business increased by focusing on the goal.
And let's make it clear, it wasn't the Fuck the Kids shirts that he sold 20 of, because I know that was a controversy there too. So I want to make it clear that Joseph
Wait,
Bills
that's
did
a
not,
shirt? Can I get that?
I want to make it clear that Joseph Bills did not make his money off of the Fuck the Kids shirt.
He's about to make $20 off of me.
It was the cartoon. It was the cartoon. We don't support that, but yeah, it was the cartoon one. So I just want to make it clear on that.
Kids gotta pay too.
Yeah.
No, that's why I was like, I even said that to Bills. I was like, listen, I support that 100%. Those kids gotta pay too. It's just an apartment complex.
But, at the end of the day, sometimes what matters more is the beginning and the end, never really the middle. Like if Bills didn't make nothing or he started cussing shit out, he would have not got to the end goal.
No.
And it just makes you have to focus on what fucking matters more. There's some shit in life, I don't care if it's relationships or whatever, some battles aren't worth it. Like, pick and choose some of your battles. Like, some shit,
to that.
and you know what I mean? And the only thing happens, like if you are, I could say, in your early 20s, I can't even say mid 20s because you should be more in your adult way. You're too old to not have the ability to let shit go, and especially like I can say like, all right, let's speak for like the the black community. I'm like, how many times as a black person you've been called a nigga before? And I'm like, is you finna beat every one of these motherfuckers ass that called you that? I'm like, is it worth stressing that much over, or can you just move on and do some other productive shit? Get money, Bill's model. I don't get mad, I get money. Get that. And I'm like, don't tell me that y'all balling so hard that you got a house paid for, a car paid off, and then you could just go on a vacation tomorrow and not have to worry about it. I don't know none of us, like, personally. Well, actually, I got like one homie and he's out right now in like fucking Puerto Vallarta or some shit like that right now. Shout out 6P the Great. You know what I mean? I know my nigga. He's everything. Yeah. But that's the only cat I know that's actually doing this shit. Everybody else around me, I'm like, we just need to focus a little bit better so we can have a beautiful 21 and go into 22 just up 3, not up 1. Like, we just, I just want us all to grow. And the biggest thing, let's grow our pockets. We tap in with each other about stocks and cryptos and how to do some shit. Yep. It's helping me. Like,
how do you feel about people when they say that they're not in it for the money, or they do it for another purpose, or when they get upset because people say that they are in it for the money? Like, how do you feel about like that when it comes to people saying that aspect of things?
That's an interesting question.
Because I mean, at the end of the day, like, why am I not? I'm in it for the money for my people. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's kind of like I'm for the people, but I'm also in it for the money because that's what it's supposed to be about. So like,
I feel like you should be in it for both sides of the spectrum. If you're trying to do something with it, you should definitely be in it for the money as well, because working a 9 to 5 and doing hip hop or anything like that, it comes blatant and just pointless after a while. Because you're not going to really get anywhere but where you're locally from. Mm-hmm. So if you don't make it into a career, then you're not making money.
I'm like, it also depends on everybody's lifestyle. If you don't really care about music that much to make a profit, but you care about just the art of itself, what are you doing to go ahead and make money? I'm like, that'll be just my question to somebody else. I'm like, because I didn't see some starving artists that like to like do street performing and shit, but they got like they're running through their stocks and that's how they're living. That's how they're living their life. So they're like, I'd rather make money in this. I don't have to stress about music. My music is okay. It's just something to do.
That's smart.
But they're hobbyists, and I can't knock anybody. I can just knock people that's specifically 100% for the money, because your art is going to be watered down.
Yeah. I agree.
Because you don't care nothing about, like, it's like,
that's why I said you got to be in it for the music and the money, because like you said,
like be passionate about your shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, if you tell me like, oh, I can't wait. Like, actually, I'm not even gonna say his name because you're not gonna get no fuck credit off me. You know that faggot I'm talking about.
Do I?
You fucking made a song about him. So I'm not gonna say, if you know, okay. you know that snitch with all them fucking colors and shit. I'm not gonna say your name. But gaggly headed looking fuck. But nothing of his words have any substance. So everything that he says is literally about the dollar, and that's what, as an artist, I'm like, bro.
He has no relevance, and he took his talent from Zillakami. So, that's where he built up from. That sound isn't his.
I'm like, whatever it is terrible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It only belonged in one place, and he took it and put it somewhere else, and now it's garbage.
I was speaking of somebody who just came home. Welcome home, Bobby Shmurda.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's right.
Hey, I see the clip. This was dope as fuck. This motherfucker in the club and bitch tried to pass him a drink. He's like, "Nah, I'm good." Man, he is focused. That's
good shit.
Yeah,
man. Good shit.
That's dope.
So let's talk about this battle tonight.
Oh,
There it goes.
so
The bathroom scene always has it for me.
Oh my God, the William Buford and
Marley Parks.
I was like that.
So
Hold on.
So last battle.
Oh man.
Okay.
Let me say real quick.
Sure.
That preview video.
That's it.
That had me dying. I was like, man, if I could get a dramatic overplay of my life like that'd be some shit.
So I was like, so Pete, like I know Marley Park personally. I fuck with this nigga personally, and so I felt real like as an artist, I felt really bad how the fuck that shit had to be played out. Like me personally, I wouldn't even did the battle. Like your opponent didn't show up. Everything is for that person, and me, I was nervous for him. I was like, damn, how the fuck are you gonna go ahead and like? You have 30 minutes to go ahead and prepare for somebody you don't even know who the fuck you're rapping for. That's hard. Like,
Yeah.
so I know he did a great performance, and he's gonna go and kill fucking Bird Flu again. Well,
Marley Parks is out for blood. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he built like a whole coffin. That if the agreement is that if Marley Parks kills William Buford tonight in this battle, William Buford has to lay in this coffin and take a photo in there. I'm really excited to see this. Good job to DJ Aw and once again Penny Lane for putting this together for everybody to be able to see this from the comfort of their own homes. I know I'm gonna be sipping some micheladas watching this.
The only thing I'm gonna give you a fair warning, William Burflu, whatever, nigga.
Whatever your name is today.
I'm gonna give you one bit of advice. If you deliver your shit like you did in that fucking last battle with your like that deodorant, like I actually listened to this shit. And if you punched right, it would have been delivered right. But you made it such a snore by the shit that you said. I'm like,
it was kind of like, wait, what?
It's like, yeah. It was like, bro,
got him.
If you come in like that tonight, bro, just automatically expect to lay in that coffin. I'm a battle rap fan, not only with URL and all that other shit, like with the entire fucking movement. So, with that being said, I want to see a good dogfight tonight. Excellent delivery and hard punches. No bullshit. And if you scheming,
I like how you say a good dog fight, and then there was the picture of him on the leash.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I had to.
I want to ask.
Val.
I want to. What?
She's just like.
The funny thing about that don't look like that was the first time that's been done.
Oh no!
So,
he looked too comfortable on that leash.
like bro, like I know y'all, there's a lot of sexual, activities to be doing, but like from that angle, from that angle, that means that there was somebody else. There was somebody else in that room in order to take that fucking picture. You see what I'm saying? Like. So like from a distance, so there was somebody else to watch you. There was somebody else in the house to watch your ass get walked around like a lit dog. Like
I'm not gonna lie.
like it's cool.
Probably. Listen, just pay me $50. I'll be there. Like this is gonna. I'm gonna post this
man,
shit. Man,
I'm damn sure, boy. I'm like.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how did these? My thing is, my question for Marley Parks is like, how are you getting all these photos and the video of his bathroom and like?
When you are a battle rapper, your sources, you have sources to get like a real good shit. Like it's great fuel ammunition.
That's
I don't know how the fuck they do it, but they have their resources and they tap in. And it might be a financial thing. They might just be connected, tight, whatever. But it's the gift of battle rap.
And he's selling, and these shirts are actually selling for Marley Parks. I'm like, who would want that shirt? Like the one where he's like eating the girl out on the car, or whatever the hell he's doing to her.
Oh yeah.
And yes, and you're not seen this? Like there's like a picture of the girl, like she's all doggy style on the fucking car. They had to glitter out her socks because her socks were dirty. So they had to like glitter out her socks because her socks were dirty.
Don't give a fuck about socks. We fucking on the car.
And they were like, and so it's like, and like these shirts are selling for him. Like, good job, Marley Parks, on making your money. Like, by any means.
At the end of the day, Marley, hopefully you're recycling that money back into your brand. Good job. Like, fucking good job.
Make sure a portion of that goes for the kids.
Sure, it's all about the kids.
I can see Marley on the line. He like, yeah, fuck them kids.
It's charity. It's charity.
And the funny thing is, I didn't even see the bathroom. Like, if any of y'all got the picture, y'all pull it up.
Oh, it's on. Yeah, I'll show you the video.
It was just a topic all yesterday. Like, I couldn't escape this shit, but I was so busy with other things, I couldn't see it. I was like, damn. People were talking about, like, I tapped in. I forget what show, what I was watching yesterday, but it's like, hey, if my bathroom looked like this, my mom would have torn the skin off my ass. Like, there's no way, like, at all. Like, I'm finna shout out to motherfucker Kevin Egan, just tapped in, my man. He's fucking with us, tapped into the Twitch app, all the shit. Kevin Egan, yes sir. But I'm kind of disappointed that I can't visually see this battle. I completely understand, with COVID protocol and everything, thank you for it. I'm just a little bit disappointed. Little bit of tear. Just me. If it was me, I'd be like, I really, really support the movement.
Well, Penny Lane did just post on her social media that even if COVID hadn't hit, it's still a very small venue, as we all know, and due to fire marshals and I don't want to misquote her, so let me go ahead and go back.
She's like, yeah, it's filled. There's nothing.
She said,
not finances. I don't care who you are. None of this stuff. It's filled.
She goes, the battle is a closed set because of the capacity of the building. If COVID would have never happened, it still would have been the same requirements. Footage. It would have still been the same square footage and the fire marshal codes. Be clear on that. Would someone tag me into whoever is speaking about me and the multiple use space? The building has a max capacity. That's the only reason most events are only 30 to 40 people's tops. Unsure who is having issues with me? Following the U.S. Marshal Code. So there you have it. If you have an issue with Penny Lane, she's calling you out. Hit her up and she'll explain to you why she's doing the things she's doing at her event, at her venue, the way she's doing them.
Shit, she ain't got to even explain some shit. Like, if you can't get in, you can't get in. That's just what the fuck it is. I'm like sometimes some shit, those are rules. You can't bend rules because however the fuck you want to. Rules are rules. And she's a business owner. She's standing on her shit like she's supposed to.
Amen.
And that's
a real queen of AZ, people.
You know what I mean?
So you gotta put respect on that. You know what I mean? So.
And it's not even like disrespect. It's literally reciting the rules. Like I'm like, when you own a business, that's what the fuck you gotta be. And so if you want to keep this shit going and then are continuing to own that business, there are the rules. So I'm just sad. I wish I could be the first people that got to be on that list, but there'll always be another battle. Yeah.
So let's go into a song, and when we come back, we'll talk about what's going on next Saturday at this Ratchet House party.
Yes, and then we have Sauce with Sauce.
Saucing with the sauce.
So we're gonna go into "Be Around" by J Classic and the Muzz.
By yours truly.
Yeah. J Class. The Muzz. Briefcase music. We on the way. Yeah.
I don't wanna be around. If you're not down, I won't be around. Baby, you don't want me now. And I don't really need it. Playing all of my mind. I just want your time. Never seen the signs. Yeah, now I know you're lying. I don't wanna be around. If you're not down, I won't be around.
I don't wanna be around when I'm bound to this frown. Even though I wear this crown, I'm astounded by the breakdown of human nature. nature. I shouldn't have to cater like a waiter to your every desire. I don't owe you no favors. I ain't trying to be no failure. It's a danger, like I'm headed for a glacier on the Titanic, sailing over the Atlantic. I'm about to panic if I don't get some space. I'm moving at a faster pace with my homie Classic in the briefcase. Family roaming the galaxy, searching for sanity like it's alchemy. Your reality is just a fantasy. None of this is real. I'm calling blasphemy.
I don't wanna be around. If you're not down, I won't be around. Baby, you don't want me now, and I don't really need it. Bringing all of my mind, I just want your time. Never seen the signs, yeah, now I know you're lying. I don't wanna be around. If you're not down, I won't be around.
Baby, how you doing? I'm writing you from a letter. I keep texting and calling you from the studio. I don't know.
The future of fitness isn't dumbbells.
It's
revolutionary digital weight.
All the time, but you're not for another month. There's the signs you were lying. I can see it. You could have told me you don't want me now. Now I don't wanna be around. If you're not down, don't be around.
I don't wanna be around. If you're not down, I won't be around. Baby, you don't want me now, and I don't really need it. Bringing all of my mind, I just want your time. Never seen the signs, yeah, now I know you're lying. I don't wanna be around. If you're not down, I won't be around.
You could have told me you don't want me now.
Baby, you don't want me now,
And I don't really need it.
bringing all of my mind. I just want your time. Never seen the signs, yeah, now I know you're lying. I don't wanna be around. If you're not down, I won't be around.
I gotta whoop whoop. So
So we're back. So we kind of skipped over it, and I know people are wanting to hear about it. Ace, let's talk about Bat Mills' birthday party. What vibes? What happened there last night? Let's talk about that.
I don't think I have been to a more positive event this year, period. I'm talking about shout out to Grady and his brother for holding down security. Very professional. Make sure everybody had their mask on. I left mine in the car. He's like, here, I got one for you. Motherfuckers had the wands, had the straps like they're supposed to. Thank you for doing that great job. Going through there, there wasn't not one animosity. One big thing, this is what always sticks out. You go to a venue and there's some kind of bickering between the ladies. That didn't fucking happen. Like every fucking girl's over, hi, let's selfies, taking pictures. Like it was just an exchange. Then to go do the music, this nigga fucking LRTK was the most lit ass nigga of the night. This motherfucker tried to stomp so hard through the motherfucking flow.
Oh no, trying to break the stage.
Trying to break the stage.
Man, we already prepared it after Joe. They already prepared it after Joseph Bills broke it.
Yeah. So there's 5 niggas on stage. This nigga jumping, like, hitting the motherfucker so hard, I can see his little ass. Like, nigga, you skinnier than me, my nigga. So this motherfucker, like, springing off this. Everybody else on stage did a great performance. Shout out to fucking Strife. He was holding down behind the bar. It was, BYOB or, tap in with what's there. Came to fucking bank to go ahead and close that bitch out. Shut down. I got a whole bunch of photos, pics. I just haven't got to because, recovering from last night. And came in that bitch with a little thing of fireball and a good handle of Crown. And people were like, damn, that's how you play. I was like, yeah, I'm a Max Mob member. This is how the fuck we do. This is this is just one bottle. Sorry, buddy. This
Well, that's pretty dope. I think that's gonna set the the expectations of what's gonna happen next Saturday at the Ratchet House Party hosted by DJ Kane, Ashley Combs, I believe, right, and Back Mills himself as well, right. I think he's hitting the stage that night.
Oh yeah, shouts out to DJ Kane. That motherfucker was holding his shit down last night. Like,
really?
Yes,
that's awesome.
It was great. And like DJ Kane is like starting to be one of my favorite fucking DJs. Like he's really like got his shit together.
So yeah, he's actually hosting his first event next week, which is the Ratchet House Party. I know he has some heavy hitters on there. Della Preme, Corey Blunt. Who else is on there? Bank Mills himself. LRTK. Manfly, right? Is that his name? And then the one who just did the Joe Boy. Joe Boy's gonna be there, so I know that's gonna be...
Oh yeah, I forgot. Cause Joe Boy was in the corner of that bitch the entire night, incognito. Like he got his hood on and quiet. Kind of weird.
Like nobody knew he was there. He's like, I'm here, but I'm not here.
Yeah, I'm like, that's one thing that Joe Boy, this nigga's not a quiet motherfucker. So I literally, he was standing right there. He's like, how long you been here? I've been here for almost an hour. Like, how the fuck you been here? Like literally passing blunt. Like, Yeah, he got this stupid bar, and I've been a Joe Boy fan ever since. I've been fucking for a while, but ever since I heard that one bar, I'll say it loud. He said something like, fuck that thought hole, that pussy feel like a pothole.
Ouch.
But exactly. And I'm like, the delivery on that shit. I cannot wait to hear every fucking one of your songs, word for word, just because I want to hear the most dumb shit that you about to say again. It's kind of like...
And who was this, Joe Boy?
Joe Boy. I'm like, this is the reason why I like Juicy J. Like, he's a ratchet ass nigga, and that's the reason, like, what I like. And this nigga started to be like modern day fucking I was a ratchet shit. So yeah.
Okay, so DJ Kane wants everybody to know that he's gonna have laser lights out there. It's gonna be all hype, all good vibes. It's at the Block Studio in Glendale. Address is on the flyer. He's having great performances. He wants the same energy that was at Bat Mills' birthday party last night. Good vibes. Everybody have a good time. If you want a vendor spot, hit up DJ Kane for that vendor spot. They're still available. I know Muzz is going to be out there with his merch. I don't know who else is going to be out there with their merch. I know there's going to be good food out there, so everybody show up.
That was the main thing I was about to ask. Right
Better
now.
be. I'm starting.
They're serving. So.
Yeah, so there will be actually the same vendors, the food vendors that were at my birthday party. So yeah, it would be those. It's gonna be those same vendors that are gonna be out there. They have awesome food. I think it's like 2 broke
So
chefs.
everybody, there's gonna be food, alcohol, performances. There's gonna be everything.
Oh wait, Joseph Bills is on that ticket too. I forgot.
Yeah. So.
He got his $200 for that show. I'm sorry.
This motherfucker. I'm in the kitchen yesterday while Dub is shooting. He's like, hey, let me pull you off the side. I want a picture. This motherfucker got a pose.
Oh my God, that was hilarious.
He's like, I paid him $200 for this too. I seen that. I was like, y'all are clowning.
He said, I charge Bills $200 to be able to post this pic. That shit was
the funny thing is, he's saying this like while they're taking the picture. He's saying that. And he's like, oh shit, now I gotta fucking post it just like that. That was the funniest shit. Like, I almost dropped the blunt.
I wish I was there. Shit.
You should have been.
I didn't know what was going on. I saw a video of it, and then I was like, oh, I guess there's a video.
Well, I was late. I pulled up probably about 1. They talking about the shit was going on at 11. I was like, I gotta go back. People are starting to split off. So I'm about to walk out the door. He's like, Bonnie's like, no, nigga, like,
stay.
No, stay. Like J Mello just showed up. Like, I said, so y'all haven't shot anything yet? You're not shutting down? He's like, no, we haven't shot a fucking thing yet. Like, we shot this kid fucking dancing, and that's about it. Like,
that's crazy.
Well, it's because we were waiting for J Mello. He was getting his braids done.
This motherfucker is fashionably late.
He was fashionably late. Like I said earlier, walked in hella fly with his little family, all matching and cute and shit. That was dope.
Yeah, that was. I don't know, but that shit was. That footwork was
Very multi-talented. Very multi-talented. J Mello.
Yeah. So yeah, probably for that the family, the YouTube thing, that's probably gonna be fucking very entertaining.
Yes, it will be.
Yeah. I'm like, I didn't hear a daughter like talk too much, but I'm like, if they're like the parents, like, then it's gonna be really animated.
Yes.
All right, so let's slide over into the sauce with sauce. Sauce, what is that saucy sauce that you have?
So I want to ask everyone around here in the room, how are you when it comes to, like, say, swimming in the lake or the ocean or something like that? You a good swimmers, anyone?
I can swim.
I'm a great swimmer.
Val? Do you enjoy
She's
that
like, I
swim?
can't swim.
I can survive in water. That's all I'm gonna say.
She treads like a chihuahua.
So is it
on-
like a
on
likely? Like, do we like to do it or can you?
Well, can you?
Yeah.
we're not asking. We're telling.
Well,
No, I'm just saying like this. I'm like I hate the ocean. I absolutely hate ocean water. It's the salt. That's it.
that's the salt that
Yeah.
gets you?
Yeah. And then I fucking seen a jellyfish almost fucking hit me, and I was like, oh, I fucking like like it's so hard to run in the water. Like if you're like waist deep and trying to, it's the hardest thing, and you look really stupid. A grown ass
Sharks
man.
are one thing, but sharks are one thing. People can be scared of the jellyfish. That just made you want. Nope, not
No,
doing
I'm
the
not
ocean.
trying to get beat on. That's it.
No, I get it. Jellyfish are really fucking hard to see, especially if you're in the murky part of the
Yeah.
beach. So yeah, it can be kind of difficult.
Yeah, that's it.
But how are you when it comes to, like, would you be interested? Hear me out. If you were to say be out on some kind of yacht with some friends and you want to do some kind of water activity like scuba diving or some shit like that, would you be down for it?
I've done it.
Have you done something like that?
Would I be
I've
down?
never gone scuba diving.
He wasn't asking you. He was asking
Oh.
me.
I wasn't paying attention.
Exactly.
Eyes up, boy. So,
What was the question again?
so the question is, like, have you ever done any sort of water activities, or would you be interested in doing some kind of water activities, such as scuba diving? Or such?
I would love to scuba dive. There's this thing that I know, like in Cancun, my dad's done it, like where they put like the scuba diving head over you, and then like you start walking in the water, and you just start walking and walking and walking until you're eventually underwater, and it doesn't make a difference because you got this big old thing on your head, and then you start swimming. Like, it
I
looks
like
one
how
of
she explains
the,
it.
like the astronaut kind of head thingy, you know?
I like those
Were you
scuba
making
diving
Darth
to
Vader voices the whole time?
Search for
No,
shit.
I didn't.
That's all I've been wanting. I've been seeing like little like YouTubes and shit, like motherfuckers like they'll go and just swim in the murky parts and all the popping areas. So like say you go to like Lake Pleasant or some shit.
I mean, I
pop
would
up
be
with
down.
cell phones and all type of shit and jewelry. Like
I'd be down. I just don't want to deal with the ear popping with elevation.
oh, it's gonna pop.
It's
That's
gonna
like
hurt.
airplane stuff, though.
No, that's elevation.
Go. Shit, it's gonna pop.
Yes, it's gonna hurt.
So your ears pop underwater too?
Yes.
Yes, as you decrease and
Because of the
increase
pressure.
in elevation.
I've never
If-
seen
if
that.
air-
Yeah,
air-
and the pressure of the
air
ocean
pressure,
as you
air
get
pressure
deeper.
can,
Yeah.
air pressure and
Water's
water
so
pressure can-
tricky, though.
And you get so deep,
looks
like
so
the
deep,
pressure,
and then it
you could feel like
Yeah, you can feel the pressure. It gets heavier.
Water is like the most manipulating thing on earth. Like you can look down and you can think it's like so deep and then it not be, but then you can think it's so narrow and it's not. I remember one time we went to Corpus. My kids were little and like kept like holding them back. We were like way out there in the ocean already, right? Because we were on this pier.
Fuck
it was like
that.
5 miles long that you have to walk, and it takes you like to the middle of the ocean, right?
I couldn't
And then we
do
thought
that.
it was deep, and I kept pulling my kids back because I'm not really a good swimmer, right? I can survive, but not a swimmer. So I kept pulling my kids back. And my brother's like, man, no, they're fine. I'm like, no, I was like, look, jump in. My brother jumps in and like he stands up and he's like, see, I told you. And I'm like, you're standing up? And he's like, yeah. And I was just like, wow. I was like, I thought it was deep. So after that, like my kids just dove in. I was still like, ah.
So instead of pulling your kids back in, you just threw them overboard.
No, they jumped
See,
in
I don't think I
themselves.
would. See, that's why it sketches me out to be on boats and stuff like that. Because, like, I don't know. If you sink that boat, you're out in the middle of the ocean. And not a lot of people are going to be out there, like that to save you.
I don't
That's
know.
why
me,
you
I
have
get
life
kind
jackets.
Yeah, and then you get eaten by a shark.
But you can get eaten by the shark if you're on the boat or off the boat.
Listen, I'm more
I'm just
safe
worried
on
about
the
being
boat, though.
cold Like
We know.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
like,
that
you don't want to
too.
lose your dick in the cold waters of the ocean.
Like me
man.
over there, I was like,
Getting
damn, I gotta sit in this cold
frostbite
ass
on my
water
dick.
for like hours.
You
till
don't like
somebody,
being cold.
Like for that's it.
You could have the
Yeah.
biggest dick in the world. As soon as you step into the ocean and come back out, you're a woman.
Yeah, that should go right into you.
Yeah. You disappeared.
You gotta,
So
you-
what-
You
what
got
is
a little,
this
You got a
about?
little nub. You could be like this, you know, out there, but shit, come out that fucking water.
You know about a motherfucking pinky tip. A tip of a pinky,
Yeah.
man. A tip of a pinky. So the
Your balls are fucking close to you, cause like people don't like you know this about balls, like it goes closer to you to like warm your body.
Yeah.
So that's why.
You step into the cold water, you get everything is sucked up in there.
It's like cold.
Yeah. I'm cool. So the reason why I ask you these questions is because I've been doing some searching and I found some pretty nifty, advanced looking. Well, some of them are not advanced, but they're pretty nice, cool tech that I think you can. That if you make the right investments, if you save up enough, you can get your hands on them, and it's pretty cool stuff. Like for instance, Easy Goat board. Imagine surfing, but you're in the air.
What?
Like the one with the fucking like the
Like
big ass paddle like that.
No, like
Check it out. I got
like
pictures of it.
those are like the ones on Back to the Future.
These motherfuckers are dope.
Let me see.
Hover surfboards, basically.
Oh yeah, I seen these.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these things are weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on.
Yeah, but yeah, show it on the.
One of those.
Yeah.
You got to pull like a fin at the bottom. It doesn't.
See, I don't know if I would feel
Yes, it
safe
is
on
motorized.
that.
Well, there are two different versions because there is a different brand.
How do
that
you get
makes
it
the same
started?
thing. Well, they have a little control you're
It's
holding in your hand.
5,990 euros. I don't know what that is in here, but
That's $7,000.
That's what I was about to say.
Jesus.
Plus if you include the taxes, that's $7,000.
Like a euro is about like $1
A
or
dollar,
something.
wait, so they
$1.26.
have a remote to somebody else controls it? Yeah, I don't think so.
No,
Be like
sabotage.
No, here,
Like you see like the fucking the skateboards, like you see people like you know what I mean, or there's like a big one wheel with a little deck. They have the same shit.
I want to get one of those. I've seen some.
That's what happens. Here you are on the board. I mean, first that board in particular, it has to be inflated first.
Inflated?
And once, not all boards are made with like surfboards and whatnot.
So it's
Some of
made
them
with, like,
you have to inflate it.
Air.
So with this device, you're out in the water, and you have this little. It looks like a joystick controller in your hand. It's kind of like a Wii controller or some shit like that. And with the push of a button, it lets you propel. I mean, obviously, whether you're a beginner and whatnot or an advanced, me, I'm not very good with balance on the board or whatever. Last time I tried to do surfing, I fell on my ass and.
I never surfed. I've always.
I've
I
always
boogie
wanted to
boarded.
do that.
Like, even though
okay.
I hate cold, I'm like I love.
So
to
that's
fucking
basically
surf.
I
what it is
boogie
right
board.
there.
Yeah. What is that?
Yeah.
I can't even.
So
see
it's
what
like a
that-
water thing. I thought it meant like.
I was like, what am I looking
thought-
at?
it's for the water. It's
You got
I
one in
thought-
action? Like
I thought it was like for air, like if I could be floating, like elevating on my surfboard here, and you know what I mean.
oh no
I didn't
no.
realize it was like
no,
water.
No, it's
But those are coming. I know those are coming. Like, have you seen?
I don't know. I don't think I would be on one of those.
You ever seen Back to the Future
Yes,
when
I've
he
seen
jumps
Back
on
to
it?
the
Like, you think those are coming?
The real hoverboards.
See, a hoverboard I
there
would be
is-
down with. I can't
there
skateboard, but a
actually
hoverboard,
is.
I'll learn, bro.
There
I'll
actually
learn.
is such a hoverboard.
It'll be
There
the same.
is such a hoverboard.
That
out.
elevates off the floor.
It actually elevates off the ground. It's just we don't because our technology is not that advanced. There's this guy, I don't know who he is, but where he's from, but he basically made this stage made of certain metal, and he's got two of these magnets.
It's a floating
not-
stage?
It's no. Well,
My God, it's a floating stage
magnets
in the
are
sky.
fucking separating, right?
yes, but this ain't no board. This is basically just a small looking platform where four corners have the magnets on it, and it's you're basically on a block of ice where you just basically move around because you have no control over it yet. But he is trying to imitate, the leaning of how to move and whatnot. It's a long process, but it's there. The hoverboard does exist. We
So
just
like,
need to improve upon
2
it.
more years.
And then
probably.
we got to go with floating
I wager
stages in the
5.
sky.
I would wager 5, with all respect.
Have you ever been on a floating stage? I have.
So now the list. Now I have a list here. This is all water activities and water gadgets that if you're interested in getting your hands on, and one of them is called the Sea Bob. So
What is the Sea Bob?
basically, it's like a jet ski, but you're just laying down on it, and you have the little controls sitting on the sides, where it has the engine, and you get to do surf. Basically, you get to, like I said, you get to do jet skiing while laying down. Now let's see. There is one.
My shit. I'm like, you got a picture of that shit? I'm trying to like imagine.
Here. No, not this one. Give me the Sea Bob.
I remember,
So
like,
here's how it looks. How's the product look?
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. See, for me, when it comes
This
to
motherfucker's expensive.
What is it?
they don't come, they're not exactly cheap.
It's almost 11,000 euros. So yeah,
Expensive ass shit.
that's gonna be 12.5 basically American.
Yeah.
It's not like I say. If you save up and you make the right investments, you can definitely.
Let me see.
No, I'm moving on.
He said no.
If I bought some shit like that, you have to like live by water. I'm like, I don't want to imagine like
Live near a lake or some shit
Right.
like that, like Lake
Okay.
Pleasant in this case.
because like I see all the people that like have jet skis and shit for sale all the time, and if you don't run them like they're supposed to, you break them.
Mm-hmm.
So
Keep it. Garage kept items are often break because they're kept in for so
Yeah.
long.
Yeah.
it's like you actually have to.
See, I would
your
never own
best
a
car,
jet
You got to drive it out. You know. pull
Never
it out
in my
every
life
Sunday.
would I
Just
have a
start
jet
it.
ski. Like, there's no reason for that.
Just rent it.
Yeah.
So another device, if you're interested in taking it easy, if you like snorkeling or if you like scuba diving, there is an item called the Snorkel.
The Snorkel. What is it?
So basically, you have like you know how you have that little air tank sitting on your back.
Yeah.
Well, now imagine that air tank being no bigger than a water bottle sitting in front of you, hanging from your mask.
I mean, that's all
So
right.
it seems all right, but if you really look at the photo here, in this one in particular,
So you got like so you put a mask on.
yeah, like you have
What is-
your goggles, you have your little you have your snorkel mask, and you have the canister of air underneath that mask. So you don't have to have that clunky big ass thing sitting on your back and all that. You can just be in
Does
your.
it, like, have a strap to go around your face, or, like, do you just put it in your
I
mouth?
believe there is some kind of harness or something like that to go
Or
around
does
to
it
help.
connect to your... No, it connects to your nose.
Yeah.
That's weird. I feel very uncomfortable
Well, that's
with
how-
that situation. I don't know. I don't like the masks that go over your nose because, like, I don't know. I feel like I can't breathe.
And that thing is actually relatively cheap as compared to the Elasto. That's like $300 to get your hands on that little setup. And of course they have like packages and deals and whatnot. Pricey as they may be, but
I mean, I would definitely try it.
I would. I think I could see myself being the guy that tests out all
See,
these.
they
cool
need to
gadgets
come
and
out.
tech
They
and
they
whatnot.
need to come out with something that, like, when you put it on your mouth,
you
mouth
have to
it
be,
like
like, mouth
interacts
breathing.
as gills and stuff like that in a sense, and feeds in air instead of water and shit like that. The oxygen in the water.
Trying to be.
Trying to make you fucking turn your human body into some aquatic shit.
Yeah.
He's trying to become a. He's trying to become a.
I'm gonna
fish.
be Aquaman.
No, fuck that. Aquaman.
The most useless DC character because his power is water and he won't use it.
Now
So I
The
can see
craziest
Buzz.
thing about
He's like, I'm gonna get some of that whale pussy down there. Right?
some of that whale, that dolphin pussy.
Get some of that dolphin pussy.
I am so not in this conversation.
I can see Muzz like, Aquaman.
now the big.
Yeah.
Looking like Birdman right behind some coral and shit.
Now the biggest.
You got a nice fin, girl.
No. Now the biggest item that I see that I have on this list, which I think is truly the coolest, is called the Sea Breacher. It's this it's this diving watercraft where it's pretty much your own personal submarine if you think about it.
Oh shit, I want that.
Where, I mean, here's some of the photos.
I want a submarine.
I mean, imagine you sitting in the you operate.
Does it have torpedoes?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, you see what I mean?
We'll put
You
the
got to-
laser
this-
beams
They make
on
like
it.
racers out of these.
Yeah, they do. So this machine, you're sitting here. You have these two joysticks. You're going underwater. You're jumping. You're doing 360-degree like barrel rolls and whatnot. This thing is like ultra fun.
That shit is fucking dope.
Let me
It
see that.
is.
Especially the shark one.
They have 3 different models: the X, Y, Z. That you're looking at was the shark model. Then there's the orca model, and then there's the dolphin.
Yeah,
model.
at first I didn't know that was a shark. I was like, it was something.
It was hard to distinguish.
Yeah, that would be intimidating.
like the way it popped out, especially when the orca like jumped out like that. You know, like
Yeah.
the surface.
One of those things, no joke, that has like a 300 horsepower engine stuck to
That's crazy.
Yeah,
So
if
you
you're underwater fucking doing.
How much is that? I'll buy it right now.
No, you won't.
The prices vary. The prices vary on your. It's all.
That fucking lay down one was fucking.
Fuck it,
was-
I'm gonna
was
go-
10 was 10.8 euros.
I'm
That's
gonna
for
go
sure
be a spy or
100
something
plus.
like that now. I'm just gonna get one of those, go around shooting people. I don't know.
The prices on these machines they vary from your
The customs.
you and your customizations.
Listen, I just want to know how much an average one costs.
It
I don't
depends
care
on
about
you.
the nooks and crannies. I just want to go. I want to have a
They're
submarine.
probably built like to.
They built to the customer's
Yeah.
design.
So I know they probably don't.
'Cause they have
They probably don't even sell them. They're like, oh, you want one?
Seating,
Cool, I'll
they
make
have
one.
gadgets they have to consider, and the size.
There's a couple companies that do shit like that. Like the only reason why they make it is because you bought it.
Huh?
Yeah.
So it's not like you can't go to a dealership and buy the lot. They're like, oh, I want this with all these specifications. Cool, got you. We'll build it.
That's interesting.
Give us 6 months.
6
Boom,
months.
Some shit.
That would be a good turnaround. in 6 months.
It would.
I'm not mad at a 6 month turnaround on something like that. If you're building it right then and there.
Well, you got most of the shit in stock. It's just the custom shit that needs to be added on.
Yeah.
You basically have your own canvas of a device.
It's
you have
my
to work from
my bat submarine.
there. You might as well. That's how you have yours then.
Yep.
We all know you.
Yep. I'm gonna go around popping up on people in a submarine,
Popping-
surfing the canals.
I think it's a one seater.
Yeah, it's a one-seater.
It can extend to a 2-seater.
Okay.
See, look, perfectly. I can just ride around the canals. The canals are connected somewhere.
I'm like, but you ain't gonna be able to fucking flip. You're only gonna be going straight, so better go straight. If you fucking do this, wherever, bam, you broke off a fin.
I'll just have to put wings on the bitch or something. Listen, I want to be able to glide.
You might as well just get you a fucking like single.
Launch it in the air,
fucking-
just glide to the next fucking canal and just land it.
That'll be way cheaper. Get you a fucking water boat, fucking single plane.
What else do you got?
Well, so I'm gonna get away from all of that and let's pretend that we're fucking rich, okay?
Oh.
Or fucking
What are you
millionaires.
talking about? I am rich. Rich doesn't necessarily mean money.
Hey, can I get like
Or
$3 grand?
Let's say wealthy then.
Okay.
wait.
Are you
Big
okay?
baller.
Let me ask you
Big
this.
baller.
Let me ask you this: are you rich enough to own a yacht that is worth $1.5 billion?
Billion?
Billion.
Can
with
you
a
buy it
capital
for me?
motherfucking B.
You know that billion is a new million, and no, I don't.
Well, here I have. Okay, to end on my segment, I do have a top 10 of the most expensive yachts in the fucking world.
Interesting.
I'm just gonna start off with the number 10, with the price range of up to $300 million. Just the number 10.
$300 million.
Number 10 on the list.
What does it have in it?
It's
It better have everything that I could even want.
Now
in there.
I want to add
Living
that a
out of
lot
that
of these
boat.
yachts here are owned by people that live in places like Dubai, for crying out loud.
So they live in the boats.
Like members of royalty and such
They-
are able to
So
afford.
it's like
they-
their
they-
homes.
They just actually, it's just one of their toys.
Oh, so they're like Nemo from League of Extraordinary Gentlemen and have a ridiculous ass boat for no reason.
Yep. I'm like, if you're from Dubai, like
I'm Nemo.
everything you have
I have
ridiculous
a-
for no reason.
$330 million boat
I mean,
reason.
Like they get paid off of just, they get a check just because you live in Dubai. Like
Shit, what the fuck are we doing here then?
I'm like you have to one be able to get to their, you know what I mean, in their government.
Listen, we
because
already
they live on
figured
an
it out.
oil
We're
field.
gonna take those submarines
That shit don't. They're like, here, pull up. Laser beams.
with laser beams attached
I mean,
to
there's
their
a yacht.
heads.
I mean, there are yachts out there that have their own submarines.
That's
Imagine, I mean,
a yacht with a submarine.
yes, a yacht with a motherfucking submarine.
I need that. I need that.
I mean,
I would live on. I would be like on that dude from Waterworld. I'd live on the ocean.
so I'm just gonna. I have like the top. I mean, here are the top 3, like mega yachts, and I do want to read this. I really do want to read this so you can understand of what these things are made with. The number 3 of the most expensive yacht is worth $1.1 billion, and it's literally called the Streets of Monaco.
So is it like a town on a ship, or
Yes, it looks like
God.
it looks like an actual fucking town on a goddamn ship. At an impressive 500 feet in length, the Streets of Monaco luxury yacht manages to pack in numerous miniatures of renowned landmarks from throughout Monaco. The vessel is called the Floating City, and there's a fucking picture to it.
God damn, that is a fucking city.
Yeah, it is. So you got your own mansion on a fucking boat.
Is that a fucking tennis court?
A tennis court, helipad, a submarine bay. It's got
with 2 other boats sitting on there.
yeah.
let me see this. I gotta see
That's
this.
fucking crazy.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. Can you have to like put it up so everybody can see it, like not just us.
Well, give me 1 second.
Well, let
I don't have these pictures.
Let these people imagine. God,
That's nice.
it is nice.
I could live on there.
Well, but yeah.
I could literally I wouldn't even have to leave other than for food. Stop
a-
somewhere for food. And,
No, you have your own chefs.
You have your own crew.
They
You
fly
can-
that
you
shit.
have-
okay,
a crew
so
of like
stop so
150
they
people.
can shop and then just come back.
You don't have to do nothing. They just fly that shit in. Like, you're
Is there a helicopter pad?
Yes, there's
Yes.
a
Oh my
helipad.
God. I don't have to leave the ocean at all.
You don't have to
No.
you don't have to do nothing.
In
Like,
California, in some of the docks and piers, they have yachts there that never
That's crazy.
leave the fucking docks.
Yeah, they just
That's amazing.
They just have it sitting there.
they sitting up right there. Yeah.
Why aren't we funding these?
So number 2.
I can have my own
We're not
little country.
billionaires. That's why.
No. So number 2 is called the Eclipse, $1.5 billion. So owned by a Russian billionaire, this is the 2nd largest luxury yacht in the world. Features the intruder detection missile system, 2 helipads, 24 guest cabins, 2 swimming pools, a dance hall, hot tubs, a mini submarine, armor plating, bulletproof windows,
That's awesome.
anti-paparazzi shield with sweeping laser beams,
With laser beams. Once again, with what?
with laser beams.
That's he said anti-paparazzi.
Shield with sweeping laser beams.
Laser beams.
That I'm like, this fucking Russian is fucking crazy. Just stuff like this fool.
He's
has-
like, I don't
he
want
said-
to be
he-
bothered.
He said, not only I'm gonna have everything I want. No way, don't even try to fuck with me. It's like, he might be like on like
Let me see
international
this.
waters.
Let me see
Like,
this.
I
can shoot where-
mean, it does. I mean, it looks nothing but just like a simple looking yacht from a distance.
Oh yeah.
So it's nothing special about it
But
from the
it's-
appearance.
But that's pretty fucking special to
With
have
all
all
the
that.
artillery and everything. It's a fucking.
That's a
It's
fortress.
a luxury war fucking yacht. Like,
So
And
we're
then
gonna combine those first 2 together, and
no, I'd rather
You
be
know.
on that motherfucker because I can shoot you.
that's what I'm saying. We'll
With
combine the
laser
2
beams.
with laser beams.
But the number 1 most expensive is called the History Supreme, owned by Robert Knock. $4.8 billion.
How do people afford
What the
this
fuck?
shit?
Like, so,
And there's a reason. There's
so
a-
number 2
Is it a
was
town too?
1.5 billion.
Number 1 is $4.8 billion. And here's the reason why. 2 words. Solid gold.
I gotta see this shit.
Listen to this. At 4.8
He's like, yeah, I'm writing gold.
at $4.8 billion. Fuck, that's
How is it buoyant?
Yeah, that's heavy as fuck.
Check it out. Check it out. The History Supreme, owned by Robert Knock, is the world's most expensive, largest super yacht in the whole world. At 100 feet in length, the History Supreme took 3 years to build, using 10,000 kilograms of solid gold and platinum. both of which adorn the dining area, the deck, the rails, staircases, and the fucking anchor.
I would not even want to even go outside.
Let me see
I'm like, that
this.
shit blings too.
And if that wasn't luxurious,
Right.
if that wasn't luxurious enough, the master suite features a meteorite
It would get
rock
hot, too.
wall,
A meteorite.
a
rock
statue made of Tyrannosaurus Rex bones, 68 kilograms of 24-karat gold Aqua Vista panoramic wall aquarium.
Because I love gold.
And a liquor bottle adorned with a rare 18.5 karat diamond.
Let me see this shit. Now I'm getting excited.
$4.8
That is
billion.
nothing like I imagined.
No, it's
Nothing like I
The
imagined.
yacht, it's a super yacht, so it's 100 feet in length.
I feel like it should have been bigger and a lot more gold.
No,
Look.
get rid of this.
I was imagining a gold fucking ship.
I love gold.
I love gold.
The look of
Everything
it,
is-
the taste of it,
the
the
smell
smell
of
the
it.
texture.
The texture.
Don't get me started on Austin Powers, motherfuckers. I swear to God.
Listen, both of those were like straight
show
up
it to
Austin
Val
Powers
next,
like
so she-
fantasies. A ship that has laser beams and then ones that's just gold.
I think I like number 2 the best though. Like I just like to.
I have to arguably agree because even though like $4.8 billion for a fucking statue made of T-Rex bone.
I would not pay for $8.8 billion.
See, yeah,
for
no,
that
I wouldn't
shit.
pay. Yeah,
Is that like real gold on the bottom of
yeah,
that?
that's
Like,
real gold.
Real fucking gold.
And there's platinum.
10,000
rails,
kilograms of
all
gold
types
So
and
gold
platinum.
floats.
Gold floats, I
They
guess.
made it float. That's what I said. I'm like,
They
how do you
made-
put that much gold on something and to make it buoyant still? Like the entire fucking hull of that shit. Is
They
gold.
had to.
Yeah,
Anchor,
that's why I was
everything is
thinking. I
gold.
was like, "There's no way it's
They had to-
entirely
they had
like
to- they had
gold.
to
The
list-
ship's not entirely gold, but it's gold."
Yeah.
This is what people are doing with their money. They ain't doing this for the kids.
Fuck the kids.
My last one. I'm
This-
sorry. My last joke. I'm
You
sorry.
have to. You have to be either born into the 1%. You have to be born of royalty. You have to be born of royalty.
Like basically, like if you're royalty, like I'm like just thinking about like medieval times. I'm like, there's literally everybody else is peasants, so it's like, why the fuck am I gonna do the shit to feed you guys? Like, there's nothing beneficial. Like, the motherfuckers talking about like ending the world. They want to just get all the ballers together. Like they have like the best sperm or whatever that they can go ahead and create. Instead of getting all the best motherfuckers ever, like, let's knock all you fucking peasants off and let's just have a whole world of just ballers.
I'm cool with it. I can contribute.
And I was like,
Well, I had a conversation with somebody one time that he told me that there was somebody out there. I don't remember who he told me it was, but that there are men out there that will actually date women for DNA. Like they look at
Yeah,
like,
because
that
they
they're
see your traits. Yeah.
they're athletic or whatever. They have money or they're smartness.
You can sing, you will bear my children.
Yeah.
Basically,
People,
yeah.
Basically is what it is. Yeah.
You have a big dick, you will have my children.
sorry. Hey, you never know. She's like,
Well, if they have a big dick, they can't have your children.
Why?
well, I'm like, she could be a billionaire baller bitch. You know what I mean?
Are you serious right now? Did he just say why?
Well, if he has a big dick, why
How can
can't
he have children?
Oh, okay. I didn't understand the question. Now I understand. I was like, I'm kind of confused. Like, you know.
But but sadly, there are people out there. There are women out there. That's like, man, he's packing big. I will have his children, whether he likes it or not.
All right, do you have anything else for your segment?
I have something for his segment.
She likes
When
big
we-
shit.
Go ahead, Val.
When we talk about the value of your, like, when we were talking about, like, value of money and stuff like that, right? So I was reading a report on the New York, well, I had seen some memes about it, but you know me, like, I don't trust memes because sometimes people twist and flip the memes around and make it what it's
Memes.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I had seen a meme about it, so I looked more into a story about Nelly. So in 2004, in 2002, Nelly bought a house for $2 million, hoping to flip it. Did you know that he recently just sold that house for $600,000?
That's sad.
Well, you know why? Probably bought a piece of shit, got a poor investment. And there's sometimes some shit's not worth what
Sometimes
it
there
is.
are
You know,
many variables.
It was, I'm like, somebody bought, I forget whose, shit, and the same shit happened to him. I think it was like Shaq's crib or something like that. But like shit requires maintenance after, and then to go and try to put all that same shit back into it, it's just not worth it. So some motherfuckers win, they lose, and I feel sorry that you're losing a lot lately.
That's like a big loss. Like, how could he, like, why would you, I guess it's just like people start putting their money into projects and then just like don't finish them.
Basically.
And then like they lose out on this money. That's crazy. Like,
I'm like, he could have turned around, put more money into it if he wanted to, but I know with his career and where it's going, that I don't think you want to put, after milking $2 million into some shit, you rather drop another $1 million into it just to probably get just $3 million. You're gonna probably just break even. So he probably just sold that shit. It's like, I just want to get the shit off, like
get whatever I can back. So he took like $1.5 million loss, 1.5 million loss. That's crazy.
Why did you buy the fucking house in the first place? Were you trying to live in it, or were you trying to flip it?
He was trying to flip it.
Yeah, why did it take him
I
so
wouldn't
long?
buy something for $2 million to flip it. That's
That was
just
almost
fucking
20 years ago. Why the fuck
ridiculous.
did it take him so long to try to flip it?
Because nobody wanted to buy it for $2
2002
million.
was a long time ago, huh? I didn't even realize that.
It was.
Super long.
I graduated 05, so
Yeah.
I'm like, I know how. yes, I'm that old motherfucker. So y'all heard me right, 05. Yes.
I find it interesting how like there are some celebrities out there that would try to buy something in order to just try and flip it and fail.
But they don't make the proper investment.
And then
that's why.
and then next thing I know, I see this one clip of this guy who like is average like some of us here, and he got himself this old classic fucking Mustang, restored it, made some investments and restored it, and it looks like fucking like it just got off the line of the dealership. It looks that fucking gorgeous. The chrome is restored. Everything is just like new car fresh.
Well, that's
good.
something to invest in because there's a lot of collectors and stuff like that. Houses, if you buy a house to resale for $2 million, I guarantee you're not gonna make that money back. Like,
Unless if you, I mean,
if you're gonna try to like flip a house, don't put that much into it because you're gonna have to put
Because
into
in
that house
2002,
anyways.
$2 million was a lot.
Yes, a
Compared to-
lot of money.
Like, $2 million ain't nothing now. I mean, if you really think about it, $2 million is not nothing now. But back in 2000, back in 2002, $2 million was a lot. So for him to put all that money in there at that time, and then 20 years later just to sell it for like $500,000
for chump change.
for chump change, because $500,000 ain't shit.
I was like, what?
That hurts your credit.
I just think long and hard, like, if you were gonna flip a house, like, how many potential candidates do you have to flip that house to? If you're gonna get into the flipping game, like, who is out here like really looking for
To buy a house right now.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I'm like, you could get a new.
I got people.
New athlete, new whatever, but
I would
shit,
do rent to
They're just gonna go ahead and build a new house. Like, nobody's gonna get a fucked up mansion. I don't care who you are, especially nowadays. I'm like, I don't know exactly where DeAndre Hopkins is, but I seen the pictures inside his house. It's fucking huge and everything looks nice, shiny, new. So I said, you bought $2 million, you had to at least put another $1 million into it, not just like fixtures. I'm talking about going internal to the walls, the plumbing, the structure of the house.
Exactly.
And that's your fault for being stupid like that. I don't know how many motherfuckers you thought you were flip that.
Do you have anything else?
No, that's pretty much all I have. Now I'm gonna start dreaming about that fucking super fucking yacht with the fucking laser beams and shit.
Laser
beams. I want fucking that.
Val, do you have
I want
anything
Taco's
for
girls
Lady
with laser
Talk
beams.
today?
I do not.
All right. Well, we'll roll into a song real quick. I'm gonna spitball something.
She has machine gun jubblies.
So we're gonna go with "Stay Safe" by Bag of Tricks Cat and Whitney Payton. Let's go.
Fucking Britney. Oops. I did it again, baby.
Yesterday, all the promises so far away. Now it looks like they're here to stay. Yeah, I know that tomorrow is a promise, but I'm doing my best to make it through the day. Yesterday, all the promises so far away. Now it looks like they're here to stay. Yeah, we know that tomorrow is a promise, but we're doing our best to make it through the day.
don't say goodbye no more. I just tell everyone to stay safe. People out here dying more. Might be the last time I see your face. I don't say goodbye no more. I just tell everyone to stay safe. People out here dying, Lord. Might be the last time you see my face. I don't wanna leave the house anymore. Might catch COVID or get shot at the store. You're less safe when the cops on patrol. Man, this world's so cold that it's closing my pores. You don't know what's the truth in your news app, yet alone on your timeline. True that. Man, I'm so confused. Bills are overdue. Only fact you can prove is that's what we're all going through. Feeling like I'll die from these anxieties. If something else doesn't get me first, is it me or society that's heightening these tense feelings? I keep getting worse. A fire finna spark up from the friction. It doesn't add up while we feed into division. We might all be victims of the same damn system. See my perspective, 2020 vision. Yesterday, all the problems seemed so far away. Now it looks like they're here to stay. Yeah, I know that tomorrow is a promise, but I'm doing my best to make it through the day. Yesterday, all the problems seem so far away. Now it looks like they're here to stay. Yeah, we know that tomorrow is a promise, but we're doing our best to make it through the day. I don't say goodbye no more. I just tell everyone to stay safe. People out here dying more. Might be the last time I see your face. I don't say goodbye no more. I just tell everyone to stay safe. People out here dying, Lord. Might be the last time you see my face.
Stay safe, yeah, that's God willing. I'm so down when I'm up in my feelings, yo. Blood spilling, good guys become villains. Like, who can you call when even the cops killing? That's a hard pill to swallow, but it's all real and too expensive without insurance. That's why people turning to street drugs and bourbon when the bills are always higher than the wage they earning. We gotta slow down, we're affected together. We gotta hold down each other through the treacherous weather. So know your role now, cause we can do better. Pandemics, mass panic, but it's all about cheddar. It always has been. No cure for the bad shit. Kind words replaced with harassment. About the cave, that's why I'm feeling bad shit. The mask just ain't strictly for fashion.
Yesterday, all the problems seem so far away. Now it looks like they're here to stay. Yeah, I know that tomorrow is a promise, but I'm doing my best to make it through the day. Yesterday, all the problems seem so far away. Now it looks like they're here to stay. Yeah, we know that tomorrow is a promise, but we're doing our best to make it through the day. I don't say goodbye no more. I just tell everyone to stay safe. People out here dying more. Might be the last time I see your face. I don't say goodbye no more. I just tell everyone to stay safe. People out here dying, Lord. Might be the last time you see my face.
Like, there's nobody, like
All right, and we are back. So we've got to go into Muzzy's fuzzy news.
some
Then do
fuzziness.
that fuzziness. So I want to start. Let's see. Hold on. What do I have lined up?
What the fuck
Okay,
is wrong with you? You ain't on
so-
top of your news.
No, I am. I'm gonna have a video for everybody, and it's of the rapper Quavo from Migos. It's actually pretty interesting. It's part of one of my stories. But we'll start off with what's first. A plane for United Flight 1061 from Fort Myers to Newark on Monday was taxiing and preparing to take off when a passenger said he accidentally hit the pepper spray on his keychain. Joseph Grande, a fellow passenger on the plane, said that he could feel it burning in his throat. Everybody started coughing, and during COVID, everybody started looking around and grabbing masks and stuff like that. They were given an option to get off the plane, according to the report. Grande and his fiance were among those who were opted out and to catch a later flight. They returned the flight due to a disruptive incident involving a customer prior taking off. So, pepper spray typically isn't like allowed, but I guess they like looked over it and they didn't actually see the pepper spray on there, and he actually sprayed it in the whole.
I'm
whole
tripped
plane,
out
man.
is because look, what I'm angry about. Every time my black ass goes through the fucking airport, it's the most racist shit that ever happens. Not only do I have to go through a body, people are like, oh, you get randomly selected every fucking time I have to go through that body scanner.
Fuck
not
that.
once. But not only that, these motherfuckers have to touch my hair every single time.
Because they think
When
you're
I
hiding
go-
drugs in it
Yeah,
or some
and
shit.
I'm like, I go through a body scanner, and then for me to come out, all my shit gets, you know what I mean? They take extra time. I haven't flew that much in my life. Probably like one, I count everything on one hand. But every fucking time, I was extra scrutinized. They flood through all my shit. So how the fuck did you let a pepper spray, which is a weapon,
Yeah.
on board?
Yeah.
And I get fucking flagged for a little too much shampoo. That's in my fucking bag. Like I'm like
That's
that's retarded. That's
It's dumb.
negligence.
that's completely.
It's crazy.
It's
super
retarded, and I
crazy.
think it's
Imagine
also
imagine
negligence.
that like you guys were like were they in the
No,
in
they
the
were
air?
about to take off.
Imagine if they're fucking in the air and that happened. Like,
Yeah. So, owners, this is an Arizona news right here.
Okay, what do we got?
Owners of a home in Arizona said they were gardening in their backyard on last Sunday when they found an unearthed disturbing find. Buried duffel bag filled with guns. The authorities said that the homeowners discovered the bag filled with rusted rifles and handguns while digging a hole near their fence in their yard to plant a tree. After realizing that what the bag contained, they immediately called the police. The homeowners handed over the guns to the detectives, who will investigate whether the firearms were used in any crimes. The family said that they had lived in that home the last 4 years, but before then they rented out to a series of individuals. So I hope nobody buried their guns anywhere. So
I'm like, well,
I'm fucked now.
well, one, you guys are fucking idiots because you know they're trying to go take guns and shit away, and if you just put those guns stockpiled with a whole bunch of other guns, it wouldn't matter. Like,
Yeah, and obviously it's old enough that like nothing even happened. So
I'm like, so basically that's like you turning in fucking money that you found.
basically,
I would have kept them guns. I'm letting you guys know. If I find a bunch of guns on the street, that's exactly what we're gonna go right back to.
So we're gonna get into a clip real quick. This is of the rapper Migos. The rapper Quavo from Migos, my bad. He had a gun made for him. That is very, very interesting. Check this out. So this gun, right? This gun right here is a chainsaw gun from the it came from the idea of Gears of War, and he somehow came across a real world equivalent of the iconic video game gun. In a new this video that he posted on Instagram, he shared himself in a brief clip of him holding the rifle with the chainsaw attached to the bottom of it, and he's revving up the chainsaw, and all we know is that he randomly found this gold-plated gun somewhere in Puerto Rico and decided to take a video op with it. Of course, for those that do play Gears of War video games in the past, immediately saw the weapon's resemblance to the Lancer. So that I thought that was pretty cool that somebody actually went out there and made basically it was like a Uzi with a chainsaw on it. And it was all plated gold. Even the chain on the chainsaw was gold.
I just want to see him in action. I'm like, you fuck around, slip up.
Yeah. Well, it goes. It's like this, and then like you rev right here and shit like that. So who knows? It looks like it's being held by like you know those clips that you put like laser sights on and stuff like that. The chainsaw part of it is like connected to that. So I don't know how sturdy that would be going through somebody.
Yeah.
But
It's pretty.
I would try it first before using it.
So what? You're gonna find someone on death row. I was like, all right, your time's come to die. And
All
you're
right.
faced with it.
You get a ballistic dummy, some shit. Like,
Yeah, something like that. You gotta create one of those Jello forms or something like that. So the last story that I have is another interesting one. A Seattle woman got more than she bargained for when she bought a crochet kit at a thrift shop and discovered a kilogram of cocaine inside of it. Authorities said that the woman purchased the kit to crochet animal hats around 3 p.m. Sunday, and in the Greenwood neighborhood. The Seattle Police Department said that the crochet hobbyist opened the kit and found a suspicious packet that encased a yellow rubber with the 100% sign on it. And written on the outside, it was written on the outside. The item also gave off an odd odor. The woman immediately called the police and seized the suspicious package. Later, it was confirmed that it was 1 kilogram of cocaine. Police did not say how the crochet kit and the narcotics ended up in the thrift shop. A similar event occurred in Arizona on last Sunday also, where parents bought their child a toy glowworm at the thrift shop, and they found a sandwich bag containing 5,000 pills of fentanyl inside. So they're advising everybody check, their kids' toys and stuff like that when you buy them at thrift shops, because they could
you
have
might have a
drugs.
buried treasure that you shouldn't fucking turn in.
Yeah.
Thank you for putting me on game. I'm gonna go thrift shopping and buy all kinds.
That's
of
what
shit.
I'm saying. Like, I'm gonna start fondling shit now.
What a Kid Coke, 500 bills. I'm like,
going up to all the stuffed animals, rubbing them down, seeing if there's any holes or not.
How much you want? 5, 10? Oh, just.
I want that
20.
Malibu Barbie, man.
Take it.
Do you need a receipt? I'm already
No, I'm good. I'm good. And that's all we have for the news today.
Wait, what?
Where were you, Val? Jesus.
I need that Coke.
Start going to thrift shops. Start fondling all the stuffed animals.
I don't know about fondling the stuffed animals, but
No,
I do go
fondle
to
the
thrift
stuffed
I'm
animals.
gonna fondle it.
Fondle.
Because if I fondle it good enough, I hope a fucking key pops out.
Oh, all right.
Rub the mannequin, bam. Hit the nubs, bam. Shit's out a fucking key.
Perfect. $1 sold.
Sold. I want
Sold. I want that.
that.
Wait, a key to what?
A kilo of Coke.
Yeah, I just found a fucking sewing kit with fucking a whole key fucking Coke.
And then in Arizona last Sunday, a group of parents bought their kid a toy, and it had 5,000 pills of fentanyl in it.
You got some Fetty Wops off in there, boy.
Be like,
I was just like,
Oh.
I can hear every fucking trap motherfucker right now. It's like, just
so,
angry.
what's the question?
So, last segment. What is the would you rather? Make it interesting.
Make it interesting. Do you want me to give you the hardcore question to ask?
I like the rough questions.
You like the hardcore questions?
I like it rough.
You like it rough?
That's how you're going to get it.
This is how you're going to get it. With that leper.
The leopard.
I hate when he says that.
Let's see. What should I...
I be smashing the pussy with the leper on.
That's your friend.
It's a funny episode, though. It really. It's like, no, I don't want that. But a stolen leopard. Fucking Dave Chappelle.
Oh, that's my daddy.
Okay, so if you want to a hardcore question, right? Something
Yes.
like that makes you really want to think, a real thinker.
Yes.
A real thinker. Okay, would you rather experience the beginning of the earth or the end of the earth?
Oh God.
Oh shit.
Oh, shit. I already know the answer for that one.
That one's hard. That one's a good one. Go ahead and start if you already know.
I want the beginning.
Oh.
Fuck yeah, I want the beginning. I want to see all this bullshit that's been made, and so I can know all these lies that have been created. So that you guys get to the end, because I believe the end is just like the movie Idiocracy. I don't want to be around all these stupid motherfuckers. I want to be around the fucking.
When we talked about that,
and all them fucking Einstein. I want to see all that shit. And the reason why we have language, why all the shit, the first fire, the will. I want to see them fucking T-Rexes kill motherfuckers and shit.
That would
Like
be
how they
dope.
did it. That would be dope as hell.
You know what? I'm gonna have to agree. I would rather see the beginning, because we have talked about that a few times. When COVID started and everything started getting fucky, like me, Ace, and Tiana were talking about how everything's like starting to look like Idiocracy. and I don't want, like, I hope the best for the future, and God, I hope I live forever.
You know,
fingers crossed. But I would rather like to see the beginning, see how things were and how things were created, and see the turmoil and the peace and how everything evolved, so that in present day I can apply that and try to make things at least a little bit better. Or at least for me, or as much people as I possibly can.
I don't see all that shit like pre-slave time, before like
exactly.
You know what I mean? Before the
beginning.
Revolutionary War, like when all the fucking continents were one. You know what I mean? Before
Pangea.
Pangea. You know what I mean? All that shit. Like I want to see fucking, you know what I mean, King Tut. I want to see all that shit.
See,
like,
that would be dope.
You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, like I would love to live in old Egyptian times. I think it would be pretty dope to live in those kind of times, as fucked up as they were at times, but
most cleanest motherfuckers.
Cleanest.
Because I'm like,
even though they had their like moments where they just killed people off just to kill people off, it was pretty run. It was smooth, you know. Couldn't complain.
Yeah, you drop my ass off in Egypt. Yeah. Do some of that.
Drop
shit.
me off. In Egypt. I don't want to be here no more.
But what about y'all then?
What about you, Val?
The beginning.
Why?
Because just to see like what is, like what you said, like what is real and what's fake. You know what I mean?
You want
like,
to see a velociraptor?
A what?
The fucking the one in Jurassic Park where the fucking ones were running through the kitchen.
The ones with the tiny ones with the tiny hands.
Yeah.
So you know how like a lot of people.
She's like, fuck you guys.
You know how like a lot of people like lie on social media and stuff.
Yeah.
And so I feel like we're like the New Testament, right? Because there has to be, because God's still working on everybody, right? It's like we're the New Testament.
The New Testament.
Yeah, the New Testament.
New.
But a lot of people put a lot of bullshit on social media or on the internet or media in general, right?
Mm-hmm.
Lies. So you're gonna tell me that there's no lies in the Bible? Like
there are.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
and like
all the Bible is. I'm like you can't tell. I'm like
it was the social media.
It's the word of God, but it's not God's.
It's
words.
a lot more than that
there's
too.
There's no way that you're gonna tell me a man like. I'm like, unless you're telling me that God had his own personal stenographer, and just.
And he did.
I said like. Then otherwise, these are your stories that you have seen that have been combined like this, which.
And here's the thing about that too. Like, I do agree. Like with the Bible, what it is certain truths, certain histories, but also stories and fables to teach you lessons and stuff like that. All Bibles out there in the world, the Quran, slightly the Book of Mormon, or the Buddhist Bible or the Satanic Bible and everything like that. All of them have certain truths and certain history, but also key links and figures that actually help you with your with morals and stuff like that. There's even been chapters that have been taken out of the Bible, and that's why we have the King James version.
Understand that
because
the Bible
we even
was
have
not in English. It got translated, and it got a lot of it got mistranslated.
And there's three main chapters that got cut out, and one of them was talking about how the owl god existed, and that's actually a very interesting part of the Bible, but it was taken out because it didn't only represented another god, but it was a truth. It was a story. It wasn't a story. It was like history.
It's kind of like these people told the stories on how they saw it.
Yeah, basically.
It doesn't necessarily mean that, I don't know.
Not everything in it is true.
I was like, you can't, say me and you get in an argument right now, and then they just witness it. At the end of the day, they've seen all the shit, but me and you only know what the fuck or really what the shit is.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. Unless God had his own personal stenographer, that's direct 100% God's words. Instead of saying this is the word of God. Like that's what they're like. That's why they can never tell me like, oh, these are God's words. No, they're not.
No, they're not fully God's words. No.
So, but yeah, if you read, like out of nowhere, you could just one of my favorite I forget exactly what it is. It might be Psalm some shit, but it's let your light shine before you so the others can see how bright it is and praise your Lord in heaven. So what I got from that is like, fuck these motherfuckers, get your shit like you're supposed to and grind, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you do that in the right way, you'll actually win, which also shows your bright light.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Bills, he got the fucking bright light.
Yes, Bills has a
And it's just
bright light.
and just literally he shut the fuck up and the whole city spoke up for him. That's his light shining around others, and then all you had to do is thank him for it. I learned that I was doing time for my first felony, and that stuck with me. That's about like 7-8 years ago. I'll never forget. It was crazy. It was Arizona with jail politics. It doesn't make no fucking sense.
It doesn't.
Especially when it comes
100% agree.
If you are a fucking like not if you are not black, white, or Mexican, I feel so bad for you. Or even native. If you were like
I don't know, like
you would literally get thrown in like some random race.
See, I was fucking with the Paisas and Chicanos because that's what my cell had. The Woods didn't like me. I fought them twice. Like they were assholes.
Like, talk about like the Asians, all that shit. There's no. I'm like there's nowhere for you to go. So you'll just end up with basically, oh, we don't want you, so you have to be with them.
Yeah, basically.
So homie, Edward, he was Chinese, and he had to be forced to be with the Chicanos.
Yeah,
that
like, happens.
I didn't understand it, and even they couldn't really explain it to me. They're like, this is just what it is. And he would tell me all the time, like, man, I fucking hate this shit. But he actually ran the prayer group. Him and this other older white dude. He's probably like in his 50s. But those two, man, I had a fucking $30,000 bond on my head, and then came to court, prayed on that shit. That verse popped out. Came back from court. Lowered down to 3,000. I got out that day.
Fuck yeah.
It was.
It's just so crazy how people like stereotype and judge people just based on like either what they look or what they hear, because I mean it's hilarious. Like when it's funny because when that whole thing with Joseph Bills had went live, right? I mean when that whole thing with Joseph Bills had went and they brought race into it and whatnot.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
That's why I lost it. I was like, oh,
yeah, bro.
What I
that
thought
was
crazy
bullshit. That shouldn't have happened.
Okay, so what I thought was crazy, and it proves such a great point, if people were to go back and watch Justice's live feed, as he's walking out of this store as a white man, he gets stopped. Excuse me, sir, did you pay for that? Like, that's just to show you that it's how you, it's everybody that gets questioned, looked at. It's not, I mean, I don't know. I thought that was crazy. I was like, that's why I posted that. I was like, oh, white man got stopped at the door and questioned for his stuff. Like, that was
I do
insane.
all the time.
I just know for
It's because your tattoos on your face, bro.
Yeah, it is.
And it's just like,
That's why you
It
ain't
is.
getting no casa.
That's why I didn't get in the casa.
Like,
They're like, yeah, you got tattoos on your face.
and it's like, people look at, it's like we're humans, you know what I'm saying? Like, and Bills has clearly apologized, and he's like, you know, we're humans, and we all make mistakes. But what's so crazy about society is like, you make one mistake, and it's like they forget about the 1,000,001 things that make you such a fucking awesome person. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because people that know Bills personally knows that Bills is always there for the people. You know what I'm saying? And I think there was a lot of
shit. Talk about his fucked up feet. talk about him. Like I would talk about some shit like that. Just don't ever talk about something that you have no control over. Don't talk about somebody's skin. Don't talk about their sex. Don't talk about their fucking religion. Keep those things out there. You can talk as much shit as you want to. But the moment, like, I'm watching the whole interview. The only time that I was like, this bitch ass nigga has the audacity to go ahead and pull that card.
That's what I said.
Like we're all not black people. Like, but I'll say this. fuck you,
And-
bitch
and-
ass
and-
nigga, for doing that. Like,
and
you
not
can't-
even
That's
that.
wrong.
Listen, bro.
How you belittle another fucking black man, bro?
And he's been
For his race,
and not even
or
that.
where he's from. Like, come on now.
Exactly. That's
You should
what
be
he
thankful
was
that
belittled
like,
on
how
for.
many, I'm like, how many people, fuck black people, how many people do you know that has a mother and a father in the same home?
Joseph Bills was
I know.
belittled because of the fact that he was suburban.
Yeah,
And that was
have both
fucked up
parents,
as
and
it
he's
was.
fucking-
Can you imagine?
that's
Okay.
wrong.
So
And
can
because
you
he didn't
imagine-
hold on,
okay,
because
hold on,
he
hold on,
didn't
hold on,
perform
hold on.
for kids that were in an apartment complex.
Hold on, no, that's not even the point. Can you? Not only did y'all knock him for being a black man growing up in the suburban, did you ever take the time to think out how it was for him growing up as a black man in the suburban and the things that he had to endure growing up as a black man in the suburban?
I'm like, shit,
Like-
I guarantee he had it worse than trying to be like, oh, a black man trying to grow up in the hood. You got a whole bunch of people that look like you versus a whole bunch of people that don't look like you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Joseph Bills, I'm like, I don't care what nobody says. I'm going to say, this is my boy. He looks like a nigga. It's not like he's light-skinned or like, partial. Like, he's dark-skinned. So he went through, I know for a fact, he went through a whole lot of shit. Big portion of my family is now Scottsdale residents for like the last 10 years. And their growth and shit, you know what I mean? I know, I heard some stories and I know the shit really wasn't easy for them. But, damn, like, I'm like, Bills is what? He's, 32? So, the 90s, when it comes to race versus now, like, people are like to be like accepted and like want to be cool and hang out. But I know probably back in the day, probably when he was in elementary school,
In
school,
suburban
it was
areas,
probably
it was
fucking
hard, yeah.
And I'm like, I ain't have to ask him those questions. I just know.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
You should just be smarter and not.
And it doesn't matter if you were in this situation or a suburban location, because I can say gradually from me coming from Canada to here, it wasn't that much of a transition. I came from a difficult area where people were getting shot up right around the corner to coming from Page to Phoenix, and like Phoenix, where people are shooting up, now shooting up meth. They were just doing heroin back then. Meth didn't even exist at that time. Did it? I don't think it did. When did meth come out? It was like 2000s or some shit like that?
Like 2000s,
Yeah.
late 90s.
So no, I'm right. Meth didn't exist at that time. But there were junkies and stuff like that, and there was gang-related activity and stuff like that. So to criticize one walk of life from the other, and what it comes down to, it doesn't even matter the gender, shade of your skin. It's all rough.
I've spoken to white men, I've spoken to black women, I've spoken to black men, I've spoken to Hispanic men, Hispanic women, I've spoken to people of all culture, and I have not met a person yet that has not experienced a racial, experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, even me, myself, being Hispanic and being in an all-black school when we lived in Michigan, I experienced racial stuff, you know what I'm saying? So I think everybody has their story, and I don't think it's really a racial thing sometimes. I think it's just people are just fucking mean, bro, and like
They're haters.
And
They're
it
haters.
sucks.
They take it to a racial place because they're
raised
hating.
on the baggage of the past from their families.
They take it to a racial place because they're hating on the fact of what you got.
I really
Plain and
feel like
simple.
when it comes to racism, you have no other ammunition.
Facts.
Say that you get up, say you get in an argument with somebody, I've been called a nigga a bunch of times, but it's usually at the end of me cooking your ass. Like, you really have fuck you, like you
when you ain't got no other card to throw.
You have nothing else to.
You have nothing down.
And I'm like, look, I got 8 banana clips, and I'm still bucking this first one, and you have this one baby ass 9. And bam, fuck, I'm just gonna throw the gun at you, nigger. That's exactly how I feel. But I have got to embrace racism as long as you can make a comedy out of it.
And that's why I'm a firm believer in what is it? I'm a stereotypist. I don't like people that base themselves on their own stereotypes, because if you're gonna go through the length of basing yourself on your own stereotype, then you're not being a real individual and being like you. You're being your stereotype.
Well, stereotype, I'm like, if you want to feed into your stereotype, that's your own stupidity.
Exactly. It's stupid as fuck. It makes no sense to do that. And that's why we have Karens and people like that in the world.
I literally just got into with my boy, and said some shit because between black people, we always have this light skin versus dark skin thing. And I was really pissed off because she took so much offense to it, and the girl is like in her 40s. So you know that we've been doing shit like this for many, many years.
All right.
Saying that, basically I was like, oh, this nigga was a pussy, you doing light skin shit. And she's like, what the fuck does that mean? I said, what the fuck? You know what the typical stereotype means? It's like, light skin people are a little soft. Doesn't mean that in reality that they're
actually
you don't
soft,
have to live up to the stereotype. It's just a fucking, like, haha, whatever.
Yeah, but if you're gonna live up to the stereotype, like, you're just as much a problem to the community as the community is a problem to itself.
They say black men is lazy as fuck. They don't get a job. Bullshit. But if you want to go ahead and fit into that stereotype, then that's your problem.
Mm-hmm. And Sauce, you didn't tell us what you chose.
I would say I would be there at the end.
Why would you be there at the end?
To see how it ends.
How do you think everything's gonna end?
I think it's gonna end with mass. I think I will refer. You've seen.
What will be the start of the end and the end of the end? How will it start and how will it end?
The mass. I mean, humans turning on each other, basically. I mean, you've seen it in movies.
Mm-hmm.
There's some kind of greed leads. I mean, we've seen the Matrix, we've seen the Terminators. Those are viable options. Then you've seen movies
you think
where
Skynet's gonna kill us all?
It's I think the way the world might end is that
the Terminator is literally following.
I'm pushing for zombies, but I would like
zombies
Terminator.
Zombies is so fucking fake.
Zombies is fake.
Actually, zombies is not fake.
I mean,
and there's a few reports, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, I'll get that with you.
There's more reports about fucking artificial intelligence. That
is true. Yes. I mean, there's been only like 5 cases of zombie encounters, but yes, and I'm not even playing.
But we've been building robots for the last fucking 100 years.
But that's what I'm saying. It seems more literal that Skynet would be a thing than.
But I wouldn't. I think that the world would end just naturally. I really would like to see how the world ends.
Like a meteor hits the world and that's it.
Yeah. Or even the Earth will self-destruct.
That would be crazy. That would be pretty crazy.
Like I said, I've seen movies where if it's something made by man, such as technology as advanced as Terminators or the Matrix, on the opposite end, we're talking about the sun emitting one solar flare that is powerful enough to wipe the Earth off.
Yeah, and it does happen.
Or like 2012. To this day, I will tell you this: my oldest sister, to this day, has not seen 2012.
Oh wow.
I mean, will those events happen? Intense. Yes, eventually. Eventually, our super volcano will erupt because it's rising already. We will have the earthquake that will devour all of California. We will eventually have the massive tsunamis. But in the movie, they show it's like 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's something that happens over.
What was that one movie, Monday After Next or something like that, where the whole world starts having like different natural disasters happening? I don't remember what it was. I don't remember. That movie hit me hard because like there were different natural disasters happening at once. One was like hail the size of fucking baseballs and basketballs, tsunamis, tornadoes, everything, to the point where like they started rounding everybody up and trying to get them on a bunch of these reinforced ships. But it was crazy.
You know the funny thing is, all the times I see all these movies, like not one of those things have anything to fucking do with Arizona. I think long and hard. Like
we would probably get a tornado. That's about it.
No, super volcano.
No, we'll probably get like maybe like a small hurricane, and that's about it.
A hurricane?
Yeah, small.
A tornado's more likely.
I'm like shit. I'm like
I mean, we could if it came from California, but
we already have monsoons.
Yeah.
So it's just a little bit higher winds of that. I'm like,
okay.
Like to put a twister, I'm like the fucking closest state that has twisters is fucking Texas.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Twist,
I'm like,
yeah.
and that's more like the middle meat of Texas. It's never even like.
And I'm pretty
Coldplay
sure
towards all the way.
Mexico. Let's see. California has earthquakes.
We feel that.
Mexico has hurricanes, I believe, and I think just hurricanes really.
So basically, we're either gonna get really cold.
We're just gonna get.
like.
We're gonna be
That's-
quadruple penetrated by everything. We're gonna be the state that goes under and just collapses and cuts out.
All you
I
have to
don't
do is
think
stay in the
so.
middle of
No.
Phoenix.
Arizona-
all the edges
It just goes.
Arizona is gonna be covered in ash from the super volcano, because that's what's gonna happen.
I mean, that's not bad.
Y'all are scaring me. I
can't
gotta go.
complain with that. All right, well, this finishes the morning roast. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll be in next week with 2 special guests. One of them is Diamond Boy,
And we're not mentioning yet.
and we're not mentioning the other one yet. So stay tuned. We are out.